Welcome back to the low-budget LCS, and not back for any game, but no, indeed, one of the most fantastic finals you will ever see. My name is LaChance, and I am joined tonight by Vega.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. It's finally here. Commercial finals. The biggest part of the league. 30 teams started out at the beginning of the season. Only 2 remain. And tonight, one of them going to ascend into history as champion of Commercial League.
The creme de la creme, the cream of the crop. Everybody's worked so hard to be here today. Yes, Ram Cannon, there is a LaChance. Only here for Luffy. Cavino Tokino, yes! Oh, I hope... Oh, Barty, what's up, baby? God, the people are just flowing in. I hope we have a lot of people who have played in Commercial here to watch the finals tonight, because I'd love people to weigh in on their experiences and how they... Oh, wait, sorry. I'm going to interrupt myself so that we can cut over to the draft, because, of course, this game is starting exactly at hour 7, the 13th minute, and the 47th second of today, November the 3rd, 2023. The draft is up. We are live. Vega, what are we going to see today?
Not surprised by a couple top lane picks. Both teams kind of share a few champion pools, but both teams have been really good at flexing to all different kinds of roles. They have very wide champion pools, different things played throughout the season. Unsurprisingly, the Xayah first pick, we've seen that throughout playoffs, be extremely powerful. But for both these teams, one of the marquee things for them is both teams are very good at playing through every lane. Both teams have, an identity that is playing for the team. They're very coordinated. So I expect we'll see a lot of back and forth of picks throughout this series. It's a best of 5 also, a meta within itself.
So
280 carries.
So true. The rhythm, the pattern. Oh my God, the Xayah and the Jinx. Yes, taken already. Do you remember off the top of your head? We recently had the pleasure of watching TVA play, casting that game together. What did they have an ADC of choice? Am I wrong in thinking that Jinx was a big play in that series?
If I'm remembering correctly, I do believe TVA did play Jinx in that series, but Xayah was also very hotly contested throughout the series. I do believe the ADC for TVA, very good player of Xayah, and I do believe Xayah probably is, in current meta, the best AD carry. And they get the Xayah Rakan, which a lot of times teams will pick and deny. Oh my gosh, all the Vastayan champions. We get the Ahri also. But there is a Poppy on the other side, and Rakan and Ahri at times can struggle into Poppy if she's, timely with that W to deny dashes.
Oh, yes, absolutely. And the Veigar. All right. Okay, we've got some scaling.
One team's dancing around. Yeah, one team's dancing around, another team is putting up cages to stop them from dancing around.
Well, someone's got to play DDR, right? And Team Volatility's got to bring their dancing shoes tonight.
Yep, somebody's got to wrangle those cats. And it looks like it'll be Veigar and Poppy in this game. You see a Rumble ban coming out. No surprise, this is the 3rd top lane ban coming out for SNC. Trying to just pinch that pool. They do have red side. I want to point out to people, too, also, since both were number 1 seeds, there was a coin flip for who got to decide side selection. And SNC did pick red side. They did opt into having that counter pick. So they must have something cooked. That leads me to believe they've got something cooked up here. They've got a plan.
Indeed. And I remember when they got the coin flip, they were like, hold on, got to confer with the team. And they came back and chose that side. So it was certainly a discussion. Rumble, Sona, taken off. What are these last 2 bans?
Oh, Diego. Sona ban is interesting.
Yeah, wonder who...
You imagine his target, right? It's just...
Gotta be.
Someone's just very good at Sona, and they're saying, okay, yeah, we really just do not want to deal with that.
And by somebody, it must be Zend Wadaway.
Yeah, I was going to let you take the first attempt at it.
Zend Wadaway. Yep, I remember casting SNC. They're the team with all the names that are super hard to say. Gonna fuck that up a whole bunch, but what can you do?
They've got 3 X's on their team for names. If you count explosive. Which is funny because SNC has explosive, which sounds like Twempest Fwame.
It truly does.
Ooh, a Hecarim pick and a Camille. Very much like this idea. You have a lot of lockdown on the side of TVA, Camille obviously can use the ultimate, which sets up easy charms, easy recon, engages, things like that. Hecarim can disperse the fight easily. Hecarim's ult isn't interrupted by Poppy ult, so it's Poppy W, so you can interrupt. He can kind of disperse that fight and create angles for the others, but Emilio is the anti-engage champion, and will we get it? Thomas Kenchilton, the safety for the Jinx.
That is his Christian name, of course, his government name right there, Thomas Kenchilton.
Okay, settle a debate. It is a catfish, right? He is a catfish.
It's gotta be. If it's not a catfish, I don't know. It's just a pile of garbage come to life. It could be a large frog, but no, it's definitely a walking and talking catfish.
Wait. Poppy is a bait pig. It can only W one dash. Wait, it does work. It works on Ari ult, Rakan E and W, and Camille dash, right? Or was that typed before those were picked? I don't want to put less force on blast right now. Someone confirm or deny. I don't play Poppy.
Help me out here. It's Team Volatility Arcana or Arcane?
Arcana.
Arcana.
Yeah. Oh, it's got an A at the end.
It's right here in front of me. Sorry, I think Arcane is just stuck in my head because I was thinking about how Tom Kench would be represented in the hit TV show.
He's one of the best characters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do have a lot of fun playing him top lane right now. Arcana. Yeah, Arcana. Sorry, my southern heritage of Arcana. Much like I don't read manga, I read manga.
Ah, one of the mangas.
My favorite manga.
It is interesting. Sorry, what is your favorite manga?
All time?
I'm a manga man. That's how I pronounce it. But know that there's no shade towards you.
It is correct to say manga. I've grown as a person. I can accept when I am wrong. All time? That's okay. First 4 arcs of Chainsaw Man, I think, are perfection.
Ooh. Truly
perfection.
Beautiful. Absolutely.
But now, probably Jujutsu Kaisen. Like, honestly.
Dude, are you reading or watching?
I'm reading and watching.
Okay. So you saw the shenanigans that happened a couple weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
Live.
Wanting to talk to people about it, people who are anime-only watchers, and I'm like, it's like the most significant thing in manga in like 20 years.
Dude, since the Marineford arc in One Piece.
Yeah, literally having a meltdown online.
Speaking of growing, if you're interested in growing your Schmeckle fortune tonight, the predictions are live. You can bet any number of your hard-earned Schmeckles right now, right here and now, on this, that here, Game 1 of the commercial finals at the low-budget LCS. We have got 2 killer teams here today, and you can make some money.
I thought that their name was Gaston until I just saw in chat that it is not. Galson?
Oh.
Which I want to point out, and this is a weird soapbox to get onto ahead of finals.
Sure.
But Gaston's not that much of a villain.
Please, get on the soapbox. Tell me.
Okay, the guy literally, he liked the girl. Mm-hmm. He's a little bit of an idiot.
Sure.
That's fair.
Definitely.
But from his perspective, a girl he liked was kidnapped by a monster that lived in a castle above the town. And he was well within his right to be like, I should go save her and kill this monster.
Isn't it also like the 1600s?
Yeah, and also Beast was like threatening to hurt her in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
I just pointed out, I think Gaston, justice for Gaston.
Yeah, listen, you've convinced me that's a compelling argument. I do think that if there's like a powerful magic sort of in the backyard of your, living situation, right? I don't know how close the castle was to the village, but I'd go and poke around at least a little bit, right? If there's someone kidnapping people.
Someone goes missing. And also, I just want to point out, everyone in town hated Belle, remember? Everyone hated her, except for Gaston. He was the only one who was like, no, she's great. I like her.
Is that the case? I have not seen that in a while.
You're not, blah, blah, blah. Me either. But this is my headcanon.
Again, the 1600s. Reading? I don't know. Was it that cool? Exactly.
Gaston was just an idiot. He wasn't evil. Like, you can't compare Gaston to, like, Scar or the Lion King.
Right.
He didn't, like, want to murder somebody.
This really was a pivot, but I like where this has gone. The Librarian was nice to Bell.
That's fair.
Interesting.
But the Librarian doesn't even have a name.
I don't even remember. I think the last time I watched the 1600s France, how dare a woman have independent thought? Thank you, Arcane Waterski. Of course.
More to my point, Gaston did not care.
Right. Very.
That's okay. So with that being said, I'm really looking forward to Galson on the Ari, and I believe
swerving the car back onto the road.
I do like Ari as a blind. I think throughout this season, Ari's been one of the better blind picks of just like being able to fit into comps. Her variety and build, like she can kind of go more heavy damage build. She can kind of go with the ice item and kind of look to be more of a CCing thing if you have damage, much like they have in this comp. I think probably will happen. On the other side, I think the name of the game is keep Jinx alive and scale.
Oh, yeah.
When you have Tahm Kench, Poppy, Emilio, your goal is to get through the laning phase. But we did see last week that SNC's bottom lane is not one to be trifled with. They very much will attack early in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you talked about how best of fives are a different beast, right? There's different pacing. And this is, of course, as we all know, game one, but it's been best of threes the entire season so far. So we're asking these teams to perform a little bit of a trick, right? Come into a best of five series, play a little bit longer, a little bit heavier in terms of the mental fortitude required to succeed here. And game one really sets the path, sets the pattern. But even if a team goes down in this series now, there is going to be plenty of time to punch back. The interesting function of that being that if you win game one, you really can't sleep on it, because if the other team figures you out, then you are in for a rough series.
Yeah, and I am going to give a little bit of a shout out here ahead of time, because we casted TVA, so we have a little bit more insight into how they played last week. But if you remember, that series was largely defined by the Fizz mid and the Varus. That throughout that series, the Varus was like a heavily contested pick. And I want to point out now, we don't see that pick at all. We see kind of a pivot from what we saw out of TVA last we saw them play, which shows like great preparation probably, right? You've created a whole new draft plan going against a different team. And I love seeing that, right? Them having adapted into a new plan to play.
Absolutely. What do you mean black screen? What do you mean that maybe LeChance... Oh, shit, are we going to get a level 1 here?
Oh,
right, I'm not even going to try and do anything. Oh, guys. Come on, there's the flash, there's the engage, the Rakan goes on, Akan looking for the great swing, going quite low, that's the Poppy, health bar's going down, Akan though, one rocket, the Jinx could be excited, there she is, woo-woo, so excited, these rockets are coming in, look at the blue health bars dropping right there, that's another rocket, they're going to continue the chase, oh, they pull off, what a pop-off in the beginning of these finals.
Humongous play there. The Ghost double flash gone from TVA, but notably the flash off Jinx, the exhaust off of the Emilio, they are able to survive. Gold goes over to Emilio early in the game, but I think the flash ignite being off the Rakan, the flash off Ari are almost more important than the gold going over. Early pressure now. Jinx will not have to worry about a flash ignite engage. We'll have that early game, and also starting the Cole here. Wild stuff to start the game. What more could you want to start finals?
Oh my God. That was incredible. Good look from a comp there. They really, really wanted that, but Jinx flashing forward in that moment. Ballsy, but they get the kill. They got excited. Sorry, Jinx doesn't get the kill. Emilio gets the kill, but still, Jinx really pushing forward, putting themselves into a dangerous position to potentially capitalize on more kills. And, I mean, if one more person goes down there, it's not hard to imagine the rest of the squad falling too.
Absolutely, we did see some blinking health bars there. Emilio does opt into the Dark Seal early. I like that. I think it's a good buy. Do see them pinging out some of the sums there.
Absolutely.
I do expect still early a little bit of priority to fall over to these Zyra.
Oh, here we go. That's the engage. They really want to slap back as quickly as possible. Those feathers coming down and just going everywhere. But up in the top lane, let's see. Is this going to turn bad? It's kind of hard to tell. There's the stun. There's the knockup. Tahm Kench really going in here, aggressing. Got the shield from Camille. But, ooh, that's a low health bar. A flash forward and explosive. Gets that kill in the top lane. Hollow goes down. Oh, Woofy up here. Let's see, Tahm Kench, I feel like hard one, but a great knockback right there. He's got to be patient with this. That's 2 autos. There's another Q, but there's the stun. Tahm Kench, not someone to be trifled with, but Hollow slaps back up there in the top lane. Oh, wow. All right, these teams are out for it.
Yeah, absolute action everywhere on the map, and we see in top lane, Tahm Kench with Grasp does deceptive damage. He really can. If you get caught with a couple of stacks on you and he gets a Q off for the stun, the trading can be really aggressive. But we talked about this, a little bit of peek behind, the scenes here in our pregame.
Shit.
Oh, my gosh.
Fuck. The Great Snake right here coming in. Woofy in a little bit of trouble. Oh, but they've got the speed up, dodging left and right. Holy shit. Going back in. The balls on that horse. The flash forward. They get the damage. Oh, the stuff from Poppy right there. Now on a great escape of their own, but Galson coming around. The Galston, if someone knows the song. Sing the lyrics. Here we go. Hollow doesn't get the slow. Poppy gets out of there, and Ari has to retreat. Vega, we're not even 4 minutes into game 1 of a best of 5. Is it going to be like this the whole time?
I hope so. I mean, I hope your voice is ready for it in a best of 5.
God.
But yeah,
All right.
We talked about it in the pregame. We expected the top side for SNC to be extremely strong, right? Explosive's one of the better top laners in the league, is a very aggressive player, even when on tanks, looks to trade heavily, while TVA's bot lane has been shining stars for them in playoffs this year, and we kind of have seen that manifest so far, right? The bot lane for TVA has been the aggressor, while Dr. Explosive on the other side has been the aggressor in top lane, but both teams absolutely down to brawl in this early game, but it is a 1K gold lead over to SNC early.
Yes, absolutely, and some of that in the jungle, which I think is very notable because we saw the last time we cast TVA, we saw how much of a playmaker Uwufi was, right? This jungler is everywhere. Got a little bit of skirmish up here in the top lane, but he is everywhere making plays happen all the time, so if he's set a little bit behind, will it stop him? Hard to imagine, because there it is, a cage goes down, just runs in, showing Veigar, hey, listen, I don't care. I'll hurt myself, I don't care about you.
That horse is not getting out of the field.
No, it's not. Dude, there's so much fighting already. Oh my goodness.
For people who don't know also, I want to point this out, guys. I am a Melio main. As of now, a filthy Melio main. Darksteel is an extremely good item because one of the things Riot did to buff Melio back on recent patches is raising the AP scalings on his healing and shielding. So what that means is now if he does get any of those stacks on the Dark Seal from early trading, which you imagine Melio wants to play safe, should be a champion that's playing back in fights and not being focused, right? Those will be hugely valuable later to keeping Jinx alive because of the new increased AP scalings on it.
Interesting.
Oh.
Poppy coming down here. But
the Wave's in a really unfortunate spot right now for them.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. It's hard for them to have that lane supremacy, but I do like where Rakanpt is, right? Rakan's in the middle of the river, so he can pivot to help out Uwufi if they need it. Ari dipping down as well. We're starting to see some of the team coordination we talked about, right? This is what this series is going to be all about. Communication, making plays around these objectives, and TVA is showing us how badly they want this dragon. Absolutely,
and I like the early pressure to go for it, right? They had some unfortunate things happen in the early game, but they're back on their plan now. Let's get the gold lead shrinks in. This wave is slow pushing in. They will be able to crash it. Poppy is on the top side of the map.
Oh, love that play.
A little help. It's okay.
Beautiful. Not even close. Not even worried.
Honestly, you just calculated.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. It was a dance for the crowd. They know people are watching. Poppy's hovering in that mid lane right there. Great Swake. Great.
I believe. Yeah, they're going to do an invade together. They know the dragon went down, so Poppy hovers to make sure Veigar can get a push in on the mid wave, and now they're going to move together into the top side jungle. They know Hecarim was on the bot side of the map before. At the very least, will be coming out. I think they're going to look to get a pick on Hecarim again.
Yeah, seems like it. Woofy is a level down. Did he smite that? I think he got that. He's just going to stay on top of Poppy right here, really pushing forward. Oh my god, actually saved. Holy shit, Charm over the wall right there. He's going to go down. Now it's going to be a 2v1. Oh my god, the great swing. Sorry, interrupting that dash, but you can't stop the flash. Over the wall, some damage back and forth. That's going to be a 1-for-0 right there, but great plays on both sides.
Yeah, they both take the lasso into the jungle there. They're able to find the horse. Looking to feed, and again, I mean, just tracking from Great Snake in this game on where Hecarim is and the plans that they've had. Oh, we do get a thing here. There is no ult from Veigar, so it shouldn't be a kill.
Yeah, just holding my breath there. I thought the ult was coming. Didn't see that it was on cooldown.
Great Snake has opened up a 2-level lead in the jungle right now.
Oh, wild. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be a problem, right? No two ways about it, and the question is just how are they going to push back. That being said, even with the level discrepancy, First Dragon did still go over to TVA. No one's taken Rift Herald yet, so we'll see where this, if this level advantage is leveraged anywhere, right? That's the most important part.
Exactly, and bot lane has a CS lead. It will get a little bit closer as this wave crashes, but top lane also a slight lead with the wave coming into them. So they do have, angles to make plays here. Later in the game, also Camille will be a big threat in the side lane. Obviously, team fighting for Zyarchon very big. We do see Hecarim is looping here in top lane.
Speaking of threats, now he doesn't have ult, but he is going. Oh, God. Okay. Yeah, explosive, not going anywhere, but can they kill him in time? That is a tanky Tahm Kench. Hollow getting stunned up, and maybe the turn right there, but the shield and the flash. Explosive is going to get out of there. The top lane special, avoiding ganks. Everybody knows that that's the key mark of a great top laner is when you're outnumbered, you can still walk away fine.
Yeah, the 1 or 2 times that you see other people in the game, avoiding those ganks, so pivotal here. We do see Xayah up to level 7 in the bot lane as Rakan has rolled away from the lane a few times, but that's huge for top lane, right? You get the flash out. Now, no flash!
Whoa, yes indeed, and Hollow capitalizing on the opportunity. Tahm Kench gets, taken out, but here we go, a little bit of an engage. Here in the bot lane. All right.
It's funny because both of these lanes are like, we want to scale and we have sustain on our support. So they trade a little bit, and they're both like, okay, that was fun. Let's go back to BF4.
Right. Just still making sure that the buttons work on their keyboard, and that's just as important,
Gotta keep the fingers fresh. Gotta stay warmed up.
Absolutely. Gotta get that nice action on the keyboard.
Rift Herald did go over to Hecarim during that also, while we were talking about our beautiful bot laners. Hecarim does secure, so it's a battle of Poppy's getting gold, but Hecarim is getting the objectives early, so we'll see who's able to use their advantages better here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, gotta say hats off to Uwufi for being down in levels, not letting that stop them in the slightest, and still keeping their eye here. Seriously, yeah.
I just realized that. I was like, I thought Tahm Kench was kind of winning this, but that early kill actually hugely impactful here. The CS lead at top has ballooned.
Yeah, the when Explosive was killed, it happened as a wave was pushing in, I believe. So
yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
Oh wait,
that's why I think that's how he ended up dying, is because he's trying so desperately to get that wave in so it doesn't get frozen after he lost flash. And really good job by Hollow punishing that. And yeah, as you said, Uwufi just iron mental. You give up some kills that could tilt you in solo queue. With Poppy evading you with the Veigar, but just sticks to it, gets the dragon, gets the Rift Herald, has been farming up since then. Now is the same level as Poppy. We'll have that ult available for skirmishes coming up.
And I'll say this, for all the great plays on the part of TVA, all the objective grabs right here, still 1,000 gold lead for SNC, right? I mean, certainly the Dragon's going to even some of that out, but...
Yeah.
Uwufi's gonna go in. He's got the ult right now. There's the charm. There's the look at the coordination on this. Oh, Jinx flashing out there as well. Melio going so low, but not falling in the end. Very nice. And here we go. The counter punch. The teleport coming in here as Poppy comes down too. That's a great Veigar cage. Uwufi's got a DDR as the best of them, but he's gonna get taken down. A Compt needs to dash back, but there it is. Headbutt into the tower. A double kill for the Veigar. And what at first looked like it was gonna be a win for TVA. Boom! SNC slides into home. Gets 2 kills for nothing.
Yeah, it looked like that was going to be good, and we were seeing the praises of how well TVA had played this early game out, but Melio Jinx with the cleanse, the Melio ult, the exhaust, all of that just enough to get them out, and once they got to tower, the slow to make Hecarim take a tower shot or two, all of a sudden, you've got Jinx chasing down a Vigar, a beautiful cage to lock the Hecarim in, and once that kills off and Jinx off to the races, it's an easy cleanup into a dragon. Notably, Jinx converts the Cull during that fight also, so the rich get richer in the bottom lane.
Absolutely. Okay, let's see what can happen up here. Woofy gonna go for it. Let's see, do they have the ult? Yes, they do, but they're doing this kind of in tower range. I don't know if they're gonna have the damage or the time. They're gonna go for it, and that's gonna be the kill. Hollow gets it.
Beautiful job. Hecarim straight from a bad play bot lane into a great play top lane. Runs out of base, immediately gets this kill. They are going to rift. There is no TP on the Tahm Kench here. There's going to be a lot of gold over to this Camille. And you know what's crazy is we're opposite of what we thought it would be in the pregame.
Yes.
It's actually TVA with the top lane advantage and the bot lane for SNC that's pressuring so heavily in this.
I mean, everything is topsy-turvy here. There's so much action. Everything's happening so quickly. And I mean, clearly, TVA is subscribing to the theory that there are no bad plays. There are simply opportunities being created across the map. You're so right. Hecarim coming back from that play and just running up top lane like, he didn't blink, he didn't stop for any camps, saw an opportunity, and went for it. But the counter punches from SNC are so just well calculated. The teleport came without missing a beat. They clearly have top tier coordination all over the place here.
Absolutely, both teams showing why they deserve to be in finals, and it's great for your mental to get that play in top lane, because now, you know, when something is happening, you can say, don't worry, we have a 3-in-1 Camille. Our side lane pressure later in the game is going to be heavy. The side of SNC doesn't really have a great champion that wants to sit in a side lane later against this Camille. So we see here trading going to heavily go in the Camille's favor. And that's good, because the comp for SNC will be very good at 5v5, right? Front to back with a Jinx Vigar, as we see another gank!
Run it back once again. Oh, very nice timed interrupt right there, but a flash over the wall. Huge from Dr. Explosive. Not going to let himself get caught again there, but there's still a skirmish up there in the top lane. Seems like Hecarim's on the run. Camera doesn't want us to see it, but can't keep us from the minimap. Yeah, Poppy is looking here, and just Vigar is so sneakily scary. You know, yes, 2-0-2, but you know, the pop-off action of the fight in the bottom lane, it was so short. I don't feel like Vigar's dominating, even though they absolutely are. There's the stun, there's the damage, there's the ult, and there it is, folks! Ooh, outplay button pressed, kill collected.
You did that. That was you willed that into existence.
Yeah, that's my bad, guys. that's
I heard you talking about it. Like, well, you know, and I'm like, Vigar's about to one-tap somebody.
Yeah.
I was gonna make a comment on. Oh.
God, Poppy getting such big value right there. Accompt is so patient, but will live? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. On the run right here, Turtle's looking so low. One more auto. There's the ult. That's why you picked the champ, folks. Oh my God, Accompt got out of there, and the rocket misses as well.
Yeah, funnily enough, the pink ward that they have in the river bush is what ends up denying vision for them to actually auto the Rakan. And I think they just shifted over to the Xayah, right? They just thought Xayah is a higher priority target. You know, we get more gold for killing the Xayah, denying. But even though they don't get the kill, they are going to get a lot of pressure on this bot lane turret. And a Jinx who first item Runon's Hurricane. Can't say I've seen that recently.
Ooh, wow, really going in here. A teleport coming down too, and yes, it's the Jinx that they're going to try and isolate, but the damage coming through from the Jinx is so massive. Oh, we got two members right here. The Poppy, there's so much damage coming in on them. The silence, there it is. They get the Jinx in the end, and Exhaust being put down onto Hollow. Such a force. Woofy says, hey, even if I die, it's all right. I'll live with the team. Oh, another shutdown, and there we go. One more kill will be picked up. A 3-for-0 in a huge play for TVA.
Massive for TVA, pulling them back into the game. It's 43 seconds on this dragon. There will be respawns in time for it, but that's what the lead in top lane can buy you right there. Camille so strong in that side lane, gets a TP in, and does have the tools to zero. Unfortunately, I don't believe that you can melee ult out of the Camille ult, and she has so many mobility tools to get back on top of your ADC. Notably, though, TP is down for the Camille for what will be a dragon fight. Let's see if that ends up mattering.
A dragon fight with completely, well, previously completely even wallets, right? Dragons even as well. Nice. Oh my goodness. Look who is on the way. It's the
No
Great
ult.
Snake. Never one to miss an opportunity. They're going to turn back to Dragon. Makes sense. They've got numbers. They've got Scuttle. Just burn through this objective.
Absolutely. We do
Oofy?
see Hecarim lurking. Top lane turret
Okay.
does go down.
Yeah, there's the Poppy ult.
The Poppy Copter going to keep the horse away. We all know horses.
Yes.
Pelican. We do have our favorite bug has returned.
Dude, it's so good.
I just saw Poppy deal 10,000 damage to a ward.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys at home have noticed, if you're new to this fun little quirk, random damage amounts will appear. Some fun instances of that are when Jarvan releases his ult. It's just 10,000 damage all around in a big circle. You're gonna see it pop up. There's nothing we can do about it.
We need to track and see what the biggest damage spike we see is. I believe
For
we saw
sure.
4 million at one point
Yes.
during the last series we cast. So we'll track that for you. Don't worry. A Mejai's for the Vygar, feeling confident in the
Wow.
peel right now, saying, very strong. I don't hate that buy. You go the crown. You have a lot of extra safety. You have a lot of tools to protect
Oh,
yourself.
speaking of tools, there's the cage being dropped, and look at that explosive right in the middle of it. The charm, nice going out. The great disengage. A lot of engage tools can also be used to get you out of there. Rakan with the flash away. They don't want to die just yet. They don't have the dash, though, and there it is, a second cage, and so much follow-up from SNC right there. They get the kill.
Yeah, and when SNC is feeling confident pushing forward, all those disengage tools become engage tools. The wall, the Poppy W, all these pieces. And it's easy to play team fights out like that. The cage gets 2!
Another one. There it is. Hollow now the focus of the Rockets coming in right there, but someone stepped way too far. That's the Tom Kench going down. God, Woofy and just with all these dashes and knockups and interrupts, that they're really on point with them.
Absolutely, and Dr. Explosive, the proverbial Icarus in that fight, flying a little bit too close to the sun, does get burned, but ultimately it's a 1-for-1 across the board.
Oh,
Sun?
shoot, there it is. Speaking of Icarus, Woofy doing his best impression, but over the wall once again, back and forth, junglers both down, but Rockets raining down Hellfire. That's going to be a comp going out as well. It's still a 2-for-2. Will there be more trades? Not just yet.
It's just trades. These teams are so even. Look at the gold right now. I mean,
Dude.
we're just trading back and forth. The worry is, though, that the Vygar and the Jinx are the ones surviving, and those are two of the best scaling champions in the game.
Oh, yeah.
The Camille not able to find an angle in that fight to really get to the backline. When it's front to back like that, it's a lot easier to peel the Camille. You know, if all the champions are coming from the same direction, it's an easy job for the popping and stuff. But they do... Oh, they didn't get it.
Oh, they didn't get it. I thought they
tried.
did get it. All right.
9,999 damage done to the floor.
Yeah, that floor's hurting.
Vygar's so fed that his steps alone are impacting Summoner's Rift.
Okay, new League of Legends mode idea. You deal damage to the floor breaks out, there's a whole other rift under this rift. You fight in the Underdark.
The Underrift.
The Underrift, exactly.
This is a weird offshoot. It
Please.
has nothing to do with this game. But have you played the finals?
Yes. Oh, yes, I have played the
Speaking
finals.
of destroying the map,
Dude, so good.
I was blown away at how fun that game is.
Yeah, seriously. I hope it comes out soon. I know it was just the beta, which I think ended
They said late
yesterday?
20. It ends on the 5th, so we've got 2 days left.
Great.
So end of the weekend, and they announced, I think recently, it's going to be late 2023, which means probably late December it's going to come out.
Okay, cool. I'm not mad about
excited.
that.
Oh,
Hollow over the wall. Gonna get knocked back a little bit. Was that Melio damage?
Melio damage. That's Melio. The AP
What?
scalings now are pretty crazy.
That's crazy. Oh, Vygar stack check.
Let's do a little stack check.
Let's click on this guy right here. We've got
Ooh,
232.
pretty solid.
Not bad at all.
Oh, Oofy, gonna be able to get out of this? Should be.
Hey, I don't think I asked you. Who do you think's gonna win this game? I know we're 21 minutes into it, but they're
right
dead
now,
even,
I mean,
so it's basically the same.
You asked me. Okay, so right now I would probably lean towards SNC just
Okay.
because the scaling is starting
yeah.
to become a problem. And one thing is, okay, so when you see poppies get picked, and this is a little bit of my solo queue brain.
Sure.
You always worry about the first time you see a poppy use W, like do they actually react
Yeah.
to someone dashing?
Sure.
And Great Snake has been great at it so far this
Yeah.
game. So that gives me a lot of confidence later in the game that they'll be able to play that out. But I bet on TVA. So...
Oh! He will have his cake and eat it too.
Always bet the under.
You got it.
Both of these teams very good, and we've seen both of these teams be down in games before and come back and win. So in no way do I believe that this game's anywhere close to being over.
No, not at all. That being said, though, SNC is going to put themselves to sole point here. Look at the push in the mid lane. They say, fine.
I'm going to trade it. I love this call. I love the call of, hey, we just don't have setup for this dragon. We can't walk into a Vygar,
right?
Easily like that. Let's get some gold on the map. Let's get some of our carries, because it's not like Xayah and Camille.
Oh, Woofy.
Oh.
Uh-oh, maybe in a little bit of trouble here. Trading an ult for the cage. Okay.
Jinx ult used also to scout the Baron, so ultimately across the map, it is an ult for an ult. Oh, they're going to start this.
No fucking way.
There's no Hecarim ult, so it's hard for him to get into the pit now against this team.
Absolutely. Is Rakan ult up? Let's check it. No, it's not. Oh, they've got to make a decision soon. Baron down to half health. The cage is out. That means cage is gone. Hollow posturing up front. Woofy, they're going to go in. That's the Poppy up there as well. It's going to go down to 3,000, but there it is. Poppy ult. Lots of low health bars right here. Can Jinx get excited? Yes, they can. Absolutely. Oh, but the dive in. Zwat away. Going to go down. Great Snake. No shit. Jinx still alive. One more ult on it, but now she's charmed. 2v3. Holy shit. The Great Snake in a lot of trouble right here. Jinx still being charmed. Oh my god. She's kiting like crazy. Health bar going down low, but not dead yet. That's a zap out. Oh my god. Jinx literally no health left. Woofy is on the job. The rockets are coming. The slows, the kiting. Oh my god, they get it. That is gonna be a full ace. 8 people died in that fight. Who got the Baron? It must have been TVA.
It was TVA. It's actually a gold. I can't believe I'm saying this, but TVA comes out with a gold lead in that fight. It's so back and forth, but the feathers, so much damage in that fight. Ahri so patient, waiting until the right moment to go in. But notably, Jinx survives. Jinx is the one alive at the end of the fight. And Hecarim, unfortunately, the ult so close to coming back and being able to get that kill. But they're able to kite it out. It is a one fight there, but no prize for the Baron. The TVA holds on and keeps this game close.
Dude, what is going on here? The back and forth. I mean, it is really just on a razor's edge. And you think about what happens if Hecarim has ult during that fight, right? That would have been probably catastrophic for SNC. At the very least, would have gotten Jinx. But just such great reads from both teams.
Yeah, notably the Mejai stacks. So because of that fight, Vygar did go down during the fight, so that does tip those Mejai stacks down. That's a big win also. The Baron does give gold just for taking it. So even though you go negative in kills in the fight, it's almost a gold neutral play for both sides. I think TVA would say, like, okay, we're fine with that. We denied the Baron, we got the gold off of it, and we got kills on some targets that we need to, and shutdowns. Because at the time, SNC had a lot of shutdowns on a lot of members.
Yes. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Galson probably in some trouble right here.
Nice charm.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's the Ahri. Nice, very nice charm right there. A Jinx rocket going to come down, but there it is. Gets out with the dashes. Oh, trying to knock him back into the tower. Dude, Woofy is on top. Oh, shit, the return coming into the bush. 2 came into the bush, 4 came out, and there it is. Jinx once again. GGG Turtle, very nice ult right there, but look who's on the back line. That's a comp. That's a massive knockup. That's 3 members. The teleport comes in. It's Hollow. Hollow with the flank. Who's the target? It's the Jinx, of course, but can they get him? That's the ult on top of him. The auto's coming through. That's the shutdown. Xayah gets the shutdown, but another teleport. A new challenger enters the arena, and who is it? Oh, it's the Vygar. The cage comes down. Hollow, though, not going to get knocked up by it, but outplay that. There it is. The Vygar button gets dropped right there, and there ain't nothing you can do about it. A contested dash out of the way. And as the dust clears, it's another 2 for 2. Oh my god.
An even fight. Now they do have siege ability on the side of SNC here. Vygar very good at sieging here and has the bodyguards with them to protect.
Yeah, that's going to be a dash out from Rakan. 2 turret shots taken for it, but the shields heal it right up. You ain't got no troubles here.
Absolutely back and forth is this game, but the Dragon 1 minute away. That would be soul for SNC, an absolute must fight for TVA. But they are hitting some huge power spikes item-wise. 2 items finally onto the Hecarim here. We'll have the ultimate for this fight. Also, Xayah on pretty close to... does finish the Lord Doms ahead of this fight. Xayah is the hope right now. 4-1 and 3 is GGG Turtle, hoping to put a win in this series for each G in the name. See if they can clutch this fight.
You gotta be so patient in these fights if you're TVA, particularly because Hecarim is not super strong right now, right? They got the 2 items, but there it is. That's the headbutt against the wall right there. Akam trying to dash out, but there ain't nothing you can do against that. A teleport coming in as SNC pounces on the opportunity to get Soul here.
I think they're giving it. Camille is top lane with no TP. They're opting into the play to go for the side lane goal, especially now with Rakan dead. I believe they are going to end up giving that away.
Woofy, oh my god, ults into it, really looking for the chance right there, but that's going to be a kill picked up. GGG Turtle getting eaten by Tahm Kench too. The feathers still stick out. That's a little bit weird. All right, there's the ult coming through, but still. Oh, across the map, 2 important kills and a soul. That's a massive swing for SNC.
Yeah, and Mountain Soul is one of the better, and it's also a triple Mountain Soul, so a lot of resistances put over to the side, and Xayah does go down there. It's already a tough comp for Xayah to play into. 19 stacks back for the Vigard now on the Mejais. The death cap is done, and now building tank items. QSS on the Jinx also, so all the protection in the world, but never say never. The gold lead is still dead even. Ignoring the Dragon Soul for a second.
Yeah, don't even worry about that Dragon Soul.
Yeah, but all it takes is one flashing. I mean, if Jinx dies here, Vigard does do a lot of upfront burst, but he can only ult one target in the fight. So there is a world where you get a flash for Con engage with Camille coming in and Vigard's top right now. This would be a time.
Yeah, actually, and it looks like they might try and hop on top of it. That's going to be... Oh, ult being used by Rakan right there is going to get 2 members. The Hecarim ult as well. God damn that spectator bug. Mother of God. Okay, here we go. Back to the fight. What's happening into the back line? GGG Turtle diving, trying to get onto the down move right there. That's going to be a flash away, a flash forward. One more auto does it. GGG Turtle is going to fall in the end, but now it's the great swing and Zawada away. Now it's just Zawada away as the Vigard, not part of that fight, not able to bring so much damage into it, and TVA wins that pretty clearly.
Yeah, they do. They are going to lose their top tier too, but I think you're going to feel good about that fight. You see the potential, right? You see, like, if that engage goes that way, if you're able to make those plays, this is what can happen. And SNC gives over a couple of shutdowns there, is going to give some gold back over to the other team. Notably, Hecarim on the board now, getting a kill during that fight. Great ult from Uwufi in that fight, splitting things up. GGG Turtle goes ham, puts the shell on, goes after the Jinx in the fight and is able to get it. Both AD carries will be flashless for the next fight here.
Oof.
With Baron up right now.
Yes, indeed, and that is probably going to be the focus of things. Let's see where SNC goes as they run out of base here. Of course, Uwufi, I don't think Uwufi's backed yet.
I don't believe he has either. Trying desperately to get to that 3rd item right now. Camille really wants to set up the split ahead of the Baron.
Oh, you gotta be so caged, bait. God, Uwufi loves to do things like that. Run in, run out. Sometimes it works, sometimes you get caught, but Cage gonna be down for another couple of moments as Baron gets started up. Ahri does back. Ahri does have teleport. Does Hollow. Hollow has teleport as well. Uwufi maybe looking for something. That's a low Baron right there, down to 3,000 health. He's going to go in. Can they go for the steal? Red team's going to get it. Hecarim gets taken down and teleports coming in. Might be a little bit late, though. Not a lot of fight lines. Galson and Hollow on the back line is... Oh, it's all split up here. GGG Turtle isolated using the ult. Let's see if they can survive. But the Jinx rocket from downtown. Jimuu, excellent play right there. That's a 3-for-0 in Baron as well.
Yeah, beautiful job right there. They don't let Camille set up that split push. They call the bluff. They say, no, we're just going to start the Baron. Even if they were to lose it, they get the fight they want, and now they're able to siege. Both solo laners alive, but not a lot of wave clear between these two. And Jinx, excited off the tower, running forward, unabated in the base. No fear on the side of SNC right now.
Oh my god, they've got Baron. They're ripping through these towers. They might actually try and end it right here. That's the last tower falling, and even though Hollow goes unstoppable, they're going to get taken down. Uwufi going to charge in, see if he can do something about this Galson as well, but the Nexus is just being hit, and that is going to be game 1 going to SNC.
Beautiful job from SNC. They picked the red side. They had a clear plan. Saw TVA try to call the bluff of saying we don't trust that the Poppy will be able to stop our engage, but I got MVP of game 1. I got to give the Great Snake the early Poppy pathing, the shutting the Hecarim out of the early plays, early ganks on the bottom side of the map. Beautiful job there. But we'll see what TVA has. It's a best of 5. It'll be a whole new series next game.
Absolutely. I mean, listen, we talked about it before. This is why best of 5 series are such a unique beast. There's a lot of time to figure each other out. And in the same way that that SNC has to stay on top of their game, right? There's a huge opportunity for TVA to try and figure them out. But I gotta say, SNC played fantastic.
Yeah, beautiful job there. We do see a swap. It is TVA heading to the red side, it looks like. Can you shoot me an invite?
100%. There you go. Bwom, 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 bwom. Okay, we got this draft link. These guys. Spectator potato. On top of it. Whoops, my drink is in the wrong place. Let's see. All right.
Beautiful game 1. Both teams showed the spark. We saw the gold lead stay largely tight throughout the early game. And what's wild is early on, it did look like TVA was going to be the one with the objective control, the dragon control, but SNC, once they got a little bit of a lead, full pressed onto that.
And I mean,
stacking.
That was a game of dragons, right? Both teams basically even gold lead wise throughout essentially the entire game, but the dragons made the difference. That Mountain Soul, even though they did win a fight while Vigar wasn't there, still just at the end of the day, I think it came down to picks too, right? Certain abilities being used at crucial moments and SNC tracking that and making their plays around those things, saying, okay, Hecarim ult's down, start Baron.
Yeah, beautiful. We do have the draft starting now. Let's see what adjustments come out for game 2. So far, ban's the same, even though they are on swap sides. I wonder what the priority on Xayah will be. Oh, they're just going to ban the Xayah on SNC's side this time, choosing to leave the Cassante available. Or am I bugging? Is that the other team? No, yeah, okay, that's right. Poppy banned out. I do like that adaptation. I think Poppy was able to deny a lot of what they wanted to do in that game. Removing the Poppy, you know, giving yourself now that agency to make plays should be better. And they are hovering the first pick. Cassante was banned in game 1, will be picked in game 2. SNC will get the Cassante. You love seeing that. Even though it's a top lane pick, you are setting up a potential counter pick there. This was banned for a reason in game 1. This is your chance. The Gnar locked in. This is going to warp the draft a little bit, as we do see top laners picked very early. And we get the Jarvan. We get the 10 million damage. Beautiful. On the other side, a Gwen hover. Is it possible that the Cassante flexes? Is that something that could happen? Is that something both players play? Gwen is locked in. Cassante will be flexed. Dr. Explosive, probably one of the best Gwen players that exists within commercial here, so not surprised to see them pick that up. Question now is, where will the Cassante go? What matchup do they want that with? Jarvan Gnar on the other side. Oh. I've been wanting to see this. Yes, we do get a Vayne.
Holy
Vayne,
shit.
Extremely strong right now in solo queue. I think Vayne, probably one of the better matchups into a lot of the meta ADCs right now. And especially when you see some of the comps that come out, like Jarvan can be a threat to Vayne, but does have Condemn, things like that. In a very good spot, especially when you have stuff like Gwen and Cassante that are just going to eat space, right? In these team fights will have to be paid attention to. Vayne a lot of times can play the outskirts of these fights. Orianna is locked in on the other side. We do see TVA opting again for a very big team fight comp. We'll have the Jarvan Orianna set up to take the ball in for them. See what they choose to pair with this. What bans came out? The Vigar ban out now. They will not allow that mid laner back in. I do love the Cassante copy pasta. The Yumi ban. And we do see Samira removed on the other side. Samira was very good for TVA in their previous matchup. Even in a loss, Samira was one of the strongest champions. And now reverting back to what we talked to earlier, we talked about how high priority the Varus was in their last series. Opting into it now, the question will be, what will they pair with it? They are going to R5 support, I'm thinking. Assuming that Gnar, Jarvan, or Orianna is not a support. I gotta say, SNC's comp is just a lot of cool champions.
It absolutely is. So many play potential moments.
Yeah, Thresh is locked in. What will be the final pick here? Help us define where some of these champions are going. I'm expecting a jungle. It's possible that Gwyn could be a jungle, but I doubt it. Oh, maybe it is. This is the ultimate. We don't know who's going where on the other side of the draft. This would be a nightmare if I were TVA drafting right now.
Yeah.
Karma could be mid or top. Will be the Zyra locked in. Zyra Varus, they're saying, okay, that's fine. We just want to bully the Vayne Thresh. Zyra, I can tell you right now, not a fun matchup for Thresh. The plants make it very hard to hook. Anytime you go in, it's easy for Zyra to punish you. And I like this because TVA had so much success on both of these champions in their previous series. Very clear setup. I'm interested where these champions are going. I can't wait till we get in and see exactly. Who is it? I'm assuming it's Gwyn jungle?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm no expert, but hold on. We're going to find out in 1 second. I'm going to start a prediction, and then we'll switch over to the other screen. We will watch it all together.
What is happening in chat?
All hail Vega, all hail Vega, all hail Vega.
What is happening?
Keep it going.
All right. Part of me wants to see some crazy flexes, right? Where's the Vayne top and the Karma Thresh bot lane?
Yeah, seriously. Little robot man saying, please let this be the Thresh jungle. What else we got?
Totally on board for that. That sounds awesome.
Hell yeah. Listen, old No Name's done that before. I believe in an LBLCS game too. Played Thresh jungle. Can't remember if it turned out, if it was right or wrong, but the viewers won.
Is top. I will say this. Last game I was kind of like, I liked both drafts. I kind of like what both were going for. SNC has a prove it to me draft for me this game. I like it. I like the stuff that is there. I like the things that are, picked. I think it's cool. But on the other side, I see a clear path for the game, right? You have a short range comp in SNC. You have an Orianna. You have a Varus and Zyra, very good at controlling space. Jarvan, who should be able to gank early, create plays, things like that,
Totally.
And Gnar should have, at least a little bit of, priority in top lane this game. A little bit more dueling there. But as I say that, it's very easy for all these champions on SNC to take over game. We've seen Cassante take over game. We've seen Gwyn. We've seen Vayne.
Totally.
Even Karma mid can be incredibly frustrating, especially with a Vayne on your team, right? You're giving a 400 shield to a Vayne every 3 seconds. That's a pretty good path to success.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all here. An explosive. I was just thinking back to how top lane played out in game 1, right? Things were flipped on us. We thought top lane was gonna go to the side of SNC, ended up going TVA's way. My eyes are on the top lane. My eyes are on the jungle for this matchup, right? How does this game play out? First of all, the Great Snake, such a good jungler, created so much chaos, so many nightmare situations for Uwufi. can Uwufi be on their toes, right? Can they anticipate the Great Snake? I'm just going to drop all the W's. I know that this team specifically made names that were hard to pronounce for casters, and I just got to say, you got me. You fucking got me. I lose. I can't do it. I'm making it up.
You got it.
Zawada, wada, wada, way. But yeah, I want to see.
Good. That was good though.
Thank you. Listen, we've got some tricks up our sleeves. But yeah, so that's what's going to make or break this game for me right here, to see if TVA specifically can punch back, because we saw just so many great tricks from both teams. But I think one thing that was super definitive was that jungle dominance by the Great Snake.
Absolutely. I do think this is a little bit more comfort though for Uwufi. I mean, just some brief research I did on the teams heading into this, I didn't see a ton of Hecarim, even solo queue games really. There was a few games here and there, but the Jarvan's really good. It's their second most played in ranked. It's got a 4.5 KDA, 60% win rate. This is a champion that Uwufi knows in and out, and it's a champion that's been meta all season, right? It's a champion that teams have put games in on, so I think this is a kind of a return. They had a plan for game one. They're like, okay, we're going to try this. We're going to try and maybe catch them off guard. That plan didn't work. Now we're back to, okay, we're going to play a team fight comp. This is what we saw from them in semifinals, right? The Varus, Zyra, them trying to dominate the bot lane with harass. Whereas, although I like the Zyra con, it doesn't feel like that fits their style quite as much as a lane like this does, where they want to get priority bot, they want to focus those dragons, and then make you fight when their bot lane's ahead.
Right.
And I like this a lot more. But on the side of SNC, you know, you win game one, you showed a lot of picks, and now in game two, you know, you kind of flip around the script. It's impossible to kind of predict this draft, you know, and they have very good scaling. Again, the Vayne will be a terror in the late game. Cassante can be an absolute monster in the game. And I will pause. Something amazing has happened.
Yeah, speaking of impossible to predict, an anonymous gifter has dropped a bunch of subs out there. My goodness. Jamie's Turns, Rescue, Jelly Special, Lil Mousy, I'm the Amanda Panda, Zandra, Zelius Ol, Elias Pup, Pickleator 77, I am the Weapon NA, all getting subs from this incredibly generous, anonymous gifter. Thank you so much to whomever you are. You are fantastic. And of course, thank you to the people who have followed us that we neglected to mention. Lumi TCG, Valor Viper 420, a Sweet Witch. Thank you guys so much. That was a fucking big move. That was a big move. Thank you, anonymous gifter. Zelius says thank you as well.
Beautiful stuff. Thank you so much. If you got a gifted sub, make sure to thank in the chat. Also some great names in there. One of the things I love most about this channel is the amazing names that we see,
dude, right?
Come through. Someone's about to catch a stray though. I just gotta say, I love Pickle Hater as a person, but pickles are great. And every time I see that name, it just makes me a little bit sad. Not because of the person, just because I love pickles.
Pickle Hater is a great community member. They've been a part of the LBLCS for quite some time. Pickle Hater, we love you. We just hate your opinion on pickles. Pickles are delicious. Delicious. They're cute. They're crunchy.
Everybody's got bad takes every now and then.
It's okay to be wrong. It's okay.
Yeah, it's totally okay to be wrong. And you know what? It's opinion. I'm totally fine with you hating pickles.
Of course.
Because you're not actively trying to make me hate pickles.
Right.
Which ultimately, that's what it's about. Okay, it's okay for you to hate pickles.
And actually, I want to switch my opinion right there. Thank you, Pickle Hater, for leaving more pickles for me in the world. We've come full circle. You're awesome.
You're doing a service.
Yes.
My favorite shot actually is a pickleback.
Oh.
I think it's perfect. And I've convinced myself that the electrolytes that are in the pickle juice are actually good for you.
Good. Listen,
you know,
the mental gymnastics are important.
It's important that you do that for yourself. You know, I think that. Oh, we do have game loading in. Sorry.
We do.
My ADHD just.
Dude, I'm right there with you. I am right there with you. A leather. Oh, God. Ram Cannon. What's a leather neck shot?
Yeah, what is that?
That sounds
unpleasant.
Awful. Goodness gracious. Hashtag justice for mid laners. We got a lot of that going. Barty says you're embarrassing the organization. But listen, folks, that's neither here nor there. We are here. Oh, wait, hold on.
Rum and Tabasco. Actually, I've heard of that. I did not know that's what it was called.
Rum and Tabasco?
Will we see another invade? Will it happen again? Guys, you can't play hashtag justice for mid laners, and then we have a game of Orianna versus Karma mid.
Zwat away in a filthy skin right there. That looks awesome. I did not have
It is a really cool skin.
What skin is that? I kind of didn't see as we were loading.
Is it a chroma on was it Spirit whatever?
I truly don't know. Tiny Hands.
No, I'm gonna tell you.
Tiny Hands. How about this?
Using my second client to investigate. It is a yellow chroma on the Spirit whatever it is. I can't think of what it is.
Well, it looks great. Oh, I was going to zoom in for a second, but he's gone. Tiny Hands, how about this? Next time you make me a leatherneck shot, we'll do some leatherneck shots together. The name just, it's a hard thing to say that you want to drink it and then drink it.
I will say, confusing part about this game, I do love this Orianna skin, but it looks like Gwen.
Oh, let me peek. It does 100% Galson doing their best Gwen impression. And 9,999 damage dealt to a comp, but they seem fine with it.
I need to tab back into your caster view as I'm investigating skins. Now we don't have replayability, but I can investigate things in my own client.
Vega's sort of like a PI that we hire for each game to investigate all the things we can't check.
Like last game when I looked up the Vigar stats.
Exactly.
Or completely forgot that I had the spectator client up behind. Because I have this full screen on my main monitor. You know, because anytime I'm in a call with LeChance, I had to give complete attention to what he's saying to me.
Oh, shucks. Oh, shucks. Listen, we're professionals here. What can we say? Also, speaking of being professional, Nico Twitches. Thank you for being the newest investor in low-budget LCS. We appreciate the hell out of your follow. I was about to swear and then stop myself. I don't know why. I swear all the time. I was going to say fuck. That's the word I was going to say.
You can say that. You could say the fuck word.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be fun to...
Our sponsors don't care.
No, our sponsors do not care. Believe you me, our sponsors don't give a toot about what we say. Brought to you by Toots Toots. In the mid lane here, just a little bit of trading back and forth. Not a ton has happened yet in this game, which, hey, I can't blame them. The beginning of game one, last game, almost gave me a heart attack, but nobody wants any kills to go any which way. Too early. Explosive.
I meant to bring this up to you.
Please.
In between games, and normally I keep broadcast talk to broadcast times.
Yeah.
You know, like off of when stuff's happening. But the overlay you have, if someone wins 3 games, what's going to happen?
Can someone... but then it'll be over, right?
Well, no, yeah, well, I guess so. Oh,
that's my theory.
You know what? No, you're right.
Here's the thing. Buggle has other...
I wish I hadn't brought that up now.
Buggle has other overlays where there are 3 corianders.
What would be the point?
What's the point? We don't see
if
the
they
third
get 3,
one.
It's over.
You'll never see the third one.
Right. It's a best of 7.
It's best of Jesus. Yeah, we do. Best of 7s for finals next season, folks. You heard it here first.
This is why you're in control of this.
Right. Thank you. That's giving me more credit than I deserve.
In case someone was going to ask you in chat, I wanted, to go ahead and get your answer out.
Right.
So that people wouldn't ask.
Gotta practice these press responses here.
Yes.
Little tumble forward, trading those autos. Gonna say Turtle won that one. The Q back and forth.
I mean, Navarre's Ash, very annoying lane. A lot of poke. We do see Ufi.
Oh, yeah.
On the side of the map. Not spotted out yet.
He's hunting. He's coming around back. Let's see the flag and drag. He knows exactly what the target is, but the lantern is there. That's why you pick Thresh.
Beautiful cleanse timing from the Vayne also to make sure that they're able to grab that lantern. We see the plan early on here from TVA. They want to attack this bot lane. They want to use that priority as Karma, pretty good trade here in the mid lane. Karma very good early in the game. Has high base damages. Or, C doesn't have an ult, so it does have access to that R early in the game. Won't win out trades here. But Orianna doing a very good job. Galson doing a very good job early in the game, trading on this Orianna, who wants to, kind of scale, get to items, things like that. Will be a very pivotal member later in this game.
God, Thresh Lantern is so fun to watch.
It really is. Thresh, one of the most fun champions to play in the game. watch. Always love games with them.
God, I remember. Ooh,
Jarvan here.
Dun,
Talked
dun,
about
dun,
it. They
dun, dun,
want to
dun.
attack bot lane.
They really do. Yeah, going back to well, what we thought plan number 1 was.
Yeah. Looks like they are just going to ensure a good recall here for the Varus and Zyra. I think that's a good idea. Vayne was able to sneak away for a recall earlier. Pick up that coal. We'll be stacking that now.
Listen, we get it. It is super chill of both of these teams. They understand good storytelling, right? You need to build and break tension. You know, it can't just be the highest peak all the time. This is going to be the...
Exactly.
Yeah, right? This is just good directing in a movie. This is why we write scripts to these things.
Exactly. That is why throughout... What season are we on?
11?
In 11 seasons, we've yet to jump the shark.
Yes, that's true.
And this is why. We've yet to jump the proverbial naughty shark.
No. Ooh. Saw that hook out of the corner of my eye. Scared the hell out of me.
Great timing, too. As the wave is crashing, you catch them. There's going to be a lot of free minion damage there. But is avoided. Level 6 on both top lanes. Now, Meganar.
Oh, so
very
close.
Here.
Absolutely. Yep, going for the leap forward. That's going to give them a little bit of an attack speed right into the ult right there. They've got another bar of CC, but they go for the Q first. I get it. You want to get that extra damage in.
Does get the flash here, and that can be a huge deal, especially against a Gnar.
Goes into the bush, gets that auto up. Absolutely. Here it is. Cassante bringing him over the wall right there. Hollow does not have the jump. Sorry, Hollow. 100% has the jump, but Explosive has a dash as well. Just running for it. Hollow's got to kite their way out of this one, and they do. God, punch and counterpunch once again.
Arma's here.
Oh, yep, it connects onto the Gnar in first blood. That's an alley-oop right into Bwaha's hands.
Beautiful job. Great roam timing from the Karma, and that's the most dangerous time for top lane. Both had TP back. Now that will be a big punish on the wave. And a Gnar, a champion you picked that needs to kind of dominate the lane. Now a little bit of trading in bot here.
Ooh, Lantern, a little bit too far. Oh, my God.
Oh, my gosh, Lantern.
Wait, was that 6 digits?
100,000? Yeah. Oh, maybe a million. Maybe you're right. Maybe that was a million damage.
Was that... If only we had replay capability. Here we go, a little bit of a trade. Oh, dude, yes, we do have replay capability. Absolutely. This is important. This is what we need to spend our resources on.
I'll tell you right now. Hold on.
Great roam, though. Absolutely fantastic. As pointed out by Spooky Man, one of our resident on-the-ground reporters.
It is a million. It is a million damage.
It's a million damage. Okay, all right. Well, that's the top number for the series so far.
Lantern. Gosh, they must have really buffed Thresh Lantern.
Yeah, seriously. Has a damage ability? Absolutely wild. Some tumbling back and forth down here. Both teams being very careful about this. We've seen a lot of setup for ganks. A lot of setup for plays here. And in fact, the only kill we've seen so far came out of an extended trade, right? The laners decided to fight for an extended period of time, more than the back and forth of just like, one exchange of one rally of abilities right there. That's what produced a kill. Everyone else has been extremely conservative, and there have been no chinks in the armor at all.
Yeah, and notably, the Vayne has been harassed and kind of pushed in here. They've had to use Lantern a couple times, but CS-wise, the Vayne doing an outstanding job keeping up in this lane. All that pressure not really amounting to anything yet, which is a great sign for the Thresh Vayne lane. Now, level 6 is dangerous. Varus has access to... Oh, we might see a little bit of a brawl in the top lane here.
Galson.
Topside river, really.
Slowed down. One level down on Hollow, but Hollow's getting Mega Gnar charged up.
Ooh, they do have a pink ward here, so they're able to track this clear for Uwufi. Great Snake again attacking the jungle.
Just a great jungler here, causing so many problems here. There's the Orianna ult, gonna weave some autos in as well. The question is, do they have follow-up damage? Ghost getting popped. Gwen's gonna get on out of there.
I think you take that. I mean, Oriole, obviously lower cooldown than Ghost. You get a little bit of pressure there. But Great Snake, again, just such a good job in this series, tracking and attacking the jungle here.
Yeah, 100%. MVP for game 1 for a reason. Making a lot of notable plays. Gold diff about 1,000. Right, what is happening? We're seeing a lot of...
Oh, he's hiding in a bush.
Oh,
okay.
my
I was like,
God.
this looks so weird on the mini-map.
Now, the question is, this could Play out, not the way. Explosive wants it. Jumps over the Cassante. Doesn't land on top of him. I believe he lands on top of him. It puts a mark down. Maybe I'm wrong. Narmane's out there. Let me know. That'd be sick if it did.
We do see Explosive really good timing, though, when he's picking to, go for that aggression right after the Gnar bar runs out. There's no chance of a Mega Gnar while he is exhausted during that, so he looks to trade during it, but now Hollow is close, does have a little bit more of that priority back in lane. And we do see the Rift Herald go over to Awufi during that. So yet again, Awufi 2 for 2 on these early Rift Heralds in the 2 games.
A comp really walking up there. Ends up being a positive trade. Risks getting those 2 stacks of the Vayne passive. Oh, Explosive. Going unstoppable right there.
Good trading from Hollow, using the last of that Gnar bar.
Totally. Thresh hook. Okay, Karma.
That's mid lane Karma.
Yes, indeed. She got damage. She ain't no support, not this game.
Lots of damage there. Or he does, take that time to push in the mid wave, but great macro here. Gwen is right there to catch that wave. Woofy will be spotted out on this pink ward. Just give it a little bit of, pressure to top lane, making sure that we can get a base there off on Gnar. Oh, so close to catching that.
Zawada's a lot away. Makes it back. Both teams showing, hey, we can pull. Oh, the flag and drag right in there on the Orianna ult as well. The Wombo combo. And the Jarvan ult as well. Lots of thousands of damage. Another teleport coming in right here. That's going to be Explosive ulting onto Galson right there. Who's going to get away a little bit? Let's see if Great Snake can cause some trouble in here. This is the Gwen. Might be a 1v3 to Oh my god, at the very edge of that Gwen ult. Almost getting a kill. A Woofy flag and drag over the wall. But look at these Gwen ults. So close. Oh my goodness. Something about a needle and a thread, but Great Snake almost got 2 kills.
Oh, it's not over. Karma's TPing in bot lane. They want to go for this dragon while they have the health advantage. Orianna in base does have the TP up, but I believe this will be a dragon going over to SNC. Comto, a little bit of a spot here. We'll get out, okay.
Yeah, that
beautiful
was
play, though, set up Jarvan Ori. That's what you want to see. The Jarvan Ori, that's why you drafted it. The setup for the ult, great timing. Using the Ori ult right as they're hitting the ground. Oh my goodness.
Comps gotta watch out for those. Yeah.
It's taking a second to take in what just happened there. A lot of damage out of that Karma. But Ori has done such a good job.
Woof,
and even when Karma's got these roams off and has been able to make small plays there of getting the CS lead, has a plate mid.
Oof. Uh-oh. Yep, that's going to be the condemn into the wall right there. Uh-oh, Varus ult misses just a little bit. They're going to drop everything they can, but there's the exhaust onto GGG Turtle. Going to keep autoing the Q, flashing forward one more. Does it? They trade, but it's a 2 for 1 to Woofy. Trying to find Zwada away. Absolutely. Can the flag and drag do it? Yes, right into a hook. That was sick as hell to watch, but can the Thresh get out of here? A lantern dropped for the shield. And Woofy knows they've got to back off, but they don't have the flag and drag. If the hook had landed, I'd say that was going to be it, but there it is. They did have the flag and drag because everything I say is proven the opposite about 2 seconds later.
It's a low cooldown. It does have the blue buff, so pretty low cooldown. It's got to trade here a little bit. Does have Jarvan ult up now. But Gwen, very good at trading.
Yeah, there's going to be the flag and drag. Tries to dunk onto him, but there it is. The ult's coming through, and oh my god, Woofy wins a 1v1 right there, and they've got the Rift Herald in the bot lane too if he chooses to drop it. But Vayne is there as well, so we'll see. 1v1 up here in the top lane. Little Gnar, mini Gnar trying to kite his way out right here. Nice. I loved that. Really fantastic. A flag and drag onto the Vayne right here. This game's starting to pop off. The CC does not land onto Zwuwu, but Zwuwu gets taken down. Great Varus Q right there upside. We've got Cassante ulting. Hollow's in a little bit of trouble right here, but the tower helps out. Sometimes all you need is one shot. Look at these plays happening all over the place. Back and forth. These teams are ready to pop off.
Spot tower also going to go down here. And what they were unable to do in game 1, they're able to do here in game 2. TVA gets the pressure bot lane, and Woofy gets the revenge for all the invades. Woofy gets the 1v1 in the jungle. He's going to be in a dangerous spot on this red, though.
Yes, indeed. He got caught snooping right here. Oh, look at that condemn. Actually, may have helped him out a little bit. Hard to say. Going for the Q. Holy shit. GGG Turtle gets the steal, but at what cost? Do Woofy may have gone too far?
No. They're okay.
They've got buddies. They've got buddies. Dragon's not up for a little bit, but All right.
Beautiful job. The nice little sequence there of a couple minutes for TVA that's very much needed. The Varus is ahead now. They get the bot lane turret. The lead for Orianna starting to come together. You know, all these times that Karma leaves to help the bot lane out to try and get those Qs onto the Zyra and, you know, get them through the laning phase. Starting to do it. And unlike Game 1, what we've seen in this game that they weren't quite able to find in Game 1 is TVA's at the individual plays, the micro plays. They had the macro in decent shape in Game 1, but this game we see the 1v1 in top lane, the 1v1 in jungle. And those sometimes can be the difference. But the gold lead's still not massive. 1-to-1 in Dragons, and scaling on the Vayne and Gwen will be big.
Listen,
See what happens.
This is another game where both teams are very close in gold lead. I mean, this is a great matchup. Both these teams have it in them to beat the other one.
Gotta say, yeah, both teams have shown already early in the series what got them to the finals, what makes them such good teams. We do see more trading between Hollow and Explosive up here.
But it's more of your classic top lane trading, right?
They're just kind of smacking each other a little bit, you know.
Yeah, I mean, they're showing off their cool abilities. I do it too, right? It's fun to press buttons.
Two wet noodles hitting each other in the top lane. We do see the bot lane's now swapped over to the mid lane. Varus does have the Rage Blade finish. Akanta wants harass here, wants to find somebody walking to that bush to clear, but does eventually move back to the lane. Both ADCs have one item completed. We do see pretty much across the board, outside of supports, obviously. Items completed, those first item power spikes. 40 seconds on this dragon, though, and this...
Ships in the night. Neither knows they're there, at least from what I saw. Akant has been really looking for a surprise player. I love it. Playing within vision, playing around corners. They know what their kid is, right? Tell me.
Uwufi on the second. Did he get it? Gets the second Herald.
Oh, I didn't even
Right
notice.
before this dragon spawn is able to get that Herald, which is so big for them. It's going to give them priority mid lane. If they summon it, I believe it will take the mid tower here. And that should give them priority to walk down. Someone on the side of SNC will have to come mid. They will have to deal with this Rift Herald. They are going to pull the early teleport here.
Yes, indeed. Uwufi going to be the target of Great Snake here. That's the charge. That's the tower. Now they rotate around the backside, trying to look at Bwaha, but there it is, a necessary flash, getting Karma to safety as both teams have now flipped sides, and the inside track belongs to TVA. SNC grouped up here. We've got the Orianna ult onto Uwufi. We know what the Wombo combo is, and so too does SNC. They're going to start the dragon up. Uwufi looking for angles in. Galson trying to stay close enough so we can drop that Ori ball. Let's see. That's the threshold right there. The Flag and Dragon, don't believe goes far. That's explosive, taking him out. Uwufi trying to look for an angle into the deep. There it is. That's the ult. That's going to be three members, and Gnar jumping in as well, getting some numbers as well. The nice Jarvan ult, the damage coming through, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is a Wombo combo from TVA right into the dragon.
They show you if the Poppy's not there to stop the engage, they know exactly how to play a 5v5, and that is a 5-for-0 there. They get the dragon, they get everything. TVA cleans that one up. Beautiful job by the team setting up the Jarvan Ori combo. They get it onto a priority target. They get the sums off all the priority targets there. They're going to get a second inner turret. They'll probably get the top tier one too, and this gold lead is about to balloon up.
Listen, that's why you draft it, baby, right? For moments like that. Credit there to Uwufi, really, and honestly, credit to Explosive, right? Who forces Uwufi to walk into ult range. I believe he knocked him out of his flag and drag. Walk into ult range, able to ult into the backline, and then the Orianna ult goes off right there. But I mean, we have seen the blueprint of the 5v5 team fight for TVA, and now SNC has as well, and they have got to go back to the drawing board and say, how do we beat this?
Yeah, underrated thing from that fight. I believe SNC sees the Gnar without the Gnar bar built up and thinks we need to start the dragon now. We need to force action while Gnar doesn't have it. But Hollow uses the blue buff in the jungle to stack up the Gnar bar to get enough to get that transformation in the fight. Beautiful job there. And now you do have the Orianna online. A lot of these picks online. TVA feeling comfortable right now, but they do have immobile carries. They'll have to be careful in these fights not to get too overconfident diving. So there is a lot of tools on the enemy team to turn things around. But right now, you got to feel good. After game one, TVA showing they can punch back too.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely here. And I mean, I'm interested in this vein. I'm interested in seeing the kind of pop-off it could maybe create when you're playing around with these Karma Shields as well. There's a lot of threats on the field, and if Vayne's able sort of to duck and dodge, tumble in the midst of things, maybe get some sweet condemns inside of a Jarvan ult, I'd love to see that. Use their terrain against them. We'll see how these other fights play out. 3 dragons down, but only 2 dragons taken by TVA so far. So we got a long way to go on the dragon track before we see the scary Elder Dragon show its head here. And it seems like Baron is kind of the next big thing here on the map.
I tried to warn you that this was going to happen in chat, and now it's happened.
Right. Okay. So we did listen.
I tried to prepare by saying this. I asked the same question, everyone, which is why are there not 3 beer bottles? But
such a reasonable
if someone
question.
wins, as I was explained to, if someone wins 3 games, there wouldn't be a game where someone had 3 games, won. So there's not much point in having a 3rd beer bottle, short of if you just wanted a screenshot of the overlay having it.
Listen, Revolver Josh, let me be extremely clear. You're right, and you're asking all the right questions. And you're saying the right things. There were 3 beer bottles on the other stream last night. However, the only thing that would be consistent for the low-budget LCS is for there to be no consistency at all. So we really, truly are still on brand by only having 2 here. And, of course, there are other things to talk about. As the Baron has been started up, it is down to half health. Hollow building up that Mega Gnar in a bit of a tight spot for us to jump out. And, hey, folks, that's a Baron bait. Sometimes you start it up, you walk away, and that's A-okay. Where's the waffle maker? I don't have the waffle maker. Now,
but those are the other people.
Yes, those are the other. We're these people. I don't know what our thing is, but
wait, what is our thing?
I don't know what our thing is.
Can anyone tell us what our thing is?
Wait, do we need? Is the LBLCS start of like? Is it? Are we starting to get into like comedian magician territory where it's like we need a bunch of props? Like every stream has a prop. We'll workshop something. We'll come back if you guys need props. We'll come back with props next season.
Like a WWE, like everyone has like their thing. Like everyone has like their own gimmick of what they do. What is our gimmick? I don't.
Big. I so want there to be a WWE style LCS universe. I don't know how to make it happen, but
we need to come up with good nicknames for the players.
Oh, so true, so true.
Like we'll call explosive like the spoon top laner because he keeps just taking spoonfuls out of you all game till there's nothing left.
Good. Damn, that's
something
good.
like that. Just stuff like that.
We need Flash. It would be fun to. This would be too much work. We're not going to do this. It would be. Some parts of it would be hilarious if we did actually have a fully scripted mini season where we had pre-interview games. We could do the whole WWE big characters. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I mean, I think it's a great idea. We do see Baron started now for SNC. You have a comp that can do this very quickly. They're going to try and burn this down extremely fast. Maybe force action is not a lot. Is not a reaction yet.
Wait a second.
Going towards bot. They're gonna.
Hollow's on vision too. Do they know this is happening? Are they aware? What? Hollow? Maybe gonna jump in. Just throws a Q in. That was a fully conscious trade of Baron for the 3rd Drake. That is extremely interesting. Vega, tell me what you think about that.
I don't know about that. Maybe they just thought they weren't in position to contest it. Maybe they thought that Baron was going to go down a lot faster than it did.
Sure.
But it really feels like that is a mistake. I try not to be critical of teams.
Yeah.
Because I think, each team obviously
who knows what's going on.
We don't know. Yeah. We don't know calls. We don't know if someone's like, I don't have a buy. I'm not in position for this. But it does feel like, they do, if they can weather this Baron, I think it's fine. Mm-hmm. Because they'll be on Soul Point, right? Like that stays. Baron will not stay forever. It really is a question of what can SNC do with the Baron to make this worthwhile. Because they do give up Soul Point here. But you got to think the gold influx and some of the map pressure you get off of the Baron is so valuable. But Oofy!
Yeah, going in right here onto the Great Snake. And he's got teammates. Let's see if they can strip a Baron buff off someone. But Bwaha's here. And I do not want to get close to that Karma. Now, Comped in a very dangerous situation right here. That's so much damage. A flash away, dropping the whole ult right there. The whole kit and caboodle. Woofy not condemned into a wall, but God, the Vayne autos are coming through. That's a flag and drag in here. Do we have an Orianna ult? No, Galson not here just yet. Trying to run out of the corner. Hollow's going to go to Meganar. Going to get a big ult, but not into the wall right there. We need some more damage if you're on the side. Oh, SNC looking explosive right here. Doing so much, but going so low. That's a double kill for Varus. A Kant going low as well. Gets taken out. A triple kill for the Vayne. This is what we were talking about. A playmaker, a star down here in the bot lane. Another catch right here for essentially a quadra kill. Can you get the penta? That's the real question. Wow.
But they have the Baron after this now. Now they have the Baron empowered push for these lanes. Almost certainly going to get the bot lane turret here. And that fight, I mean, it feels like TVA maybe forcing a little bit after giving up the Baron there. Vayne fully online now, very strong. That fight was very, kind of just disjointed. It felt like a lot of different fight lines, a lot of different fights going on. I want to give a shout out to Explosive there for buying so much time with GG Turtle. Vars wasn't really able to hit anybody else, and it looks like, will they get this mid lane turret? It's going to be close. There's 2 cannons. They should get it. Okay. Ooh.
Comped, yeah. Getting slapped around by those Baron-empowered minions.
Yeah, 2 turrets there, but now all focus in the game going to turn towards this dragon in 2.5 minutes that will be Soul Point here.
This is what you bet on, right? You said we're not going to go for the Baron. We're going to get that 3rd dragon, and we're gonna bet that we will be able to get Soul. And now that's starting to come into question a little bit. This has been a massive gold influx. Although Baron had nothing to do with that, right? That was just a fight in the middle of the woods.
Yeah, just a kind of awkward fight. The Baron helps afterwards, get the 2 towers that are up, but really the fight was just kind of awkward, disjointed fight in the jungle. Notably, Vars does not go down, though. Does hold on to that large bounty that they had. Will still be very strong there. Has the cleanse still up. Vayne does also. But a lot of item completions. Vayne now is 3 items after that fight. Going to be very strong. Will be public enemy #1 in these fights. And Vayne will rip through the front line of TVA here if they are not careful. Meanwhile, we do see a lot of the tank items coming online now for Dr. Explosive. We'll be able to eat space. But on the other side, a similar story, right? A lot of item completions. You do get the Spear of Sojin completed on Jarvan. Now you can Q twice with 1 E, which in a team fight can be incredibly powerful.
Yes, it can. The things that have to be being said in comms right now, right? You go from a position of confidence to one of perhaps skepticism. You've got to be a little bit worried about this upcoming fight here. Now, of course, they do still have a gold lead. TVA still in the lead. Very nice hook from Zwada. Great snake here as well. Same with Waha.
Scouting by Woofy. They are trying to get this top lane pressure early here. There is no TP right now on the Gnar, and it is 30 seconds till the Dragon
Look at Great Snake. This guy's got insane instincts. Knows exactly where he is. Runs around. I guess he was clearing a ward, but listen, folks, I'm going to say it's instincts. Gwen coming around here. They've got friends.
Gnar
teleporting
on the way. They are
in.
pulling the early TP here.
Oh, question is, has TVA arrived in time? They're going. It is dangerous to walk into that pit right now. It is very dangerous. That's ult being dropped by Gwen right here. They think they can get it comped. But is the Great Snake going to go too far? Hold on a second. That's Hollow getting pulled. That's a threshold. The fight happening on many different ways, but Woofy's just getting shut down right there. That's massive. And Orianna, it's going to connect, but not with everyone you want. GGG Turtles isolated. Great Snake's going to get the kill on the other side. Kazante isolating them too. Hollow goes down. A 4-for-1. This is what SNC wanted. This is what they needed. And that dragon will go to them.
Again, SNC punishes a little bit of mispositioning on the side of TVA. They're split up. They're trying to get these waves in order, but SNC immediately calls the engage. They're immediately trying to force these fights, and it works, right? They're able to burst out the backline of the Varus and Zyra incredibly fast, and then there's just not enough damage left over to win the fight. The Jarvan eaten alive by the damage from this Vayne early in the fight, who now, working on a 4th item, is not going to get any weaker in these fights.
Seriously?
Also,
yes?
I did this for you. I'm going to turn my camera on in Discord real fast.
Please. Hold on. Don't worry, folks. Oh, hold on. Oh my god. Holy shit.
I'm not saying it has to be our gimmick, but
No. I like it. We've got props, folks. God damn. We criminally underuse cams. We do have the capability to do it. We just haven't been doing it. This Baron's getting started.
We've also got a Baron fight. We also have a Baron fight.
Baron getting
Baron
burned
of
through.
The game.
Absolutely.
TVA is going to contest this one.
Yes, they are. Teleport coming through right here. Orianna ball being thrown over. That's going to be Verisalt that does connect down to 3,000 health. Let's see what they can do. Hollow on the other side trying to cut him off. Solo getting into smite range. There it is. Blue team gets it, but hold on. The kill. Wait, kill's coming through right here. Woofy stuck. The Great Snake cutting through him right there. Galson pushed off as well. And this is the Vayne. Oh my god, almost getting popped right there. But then a cup on the other side. A 3-for-1 right there. A massive fight. Holy shit.
Baron secured on the side of SNC, plus a lot of kills, and you got to feel like right now the Vayne starting to take over the game, and I have a feeling that this game won't be lasting much longer.
Yeah, this is really going SNC's way here. Fight after fight. They've got 2 Barons now. Been absolutely massive. Woofy taking so much damage. There we go. Diving forward. Oh my god, the Great Snake is on fire. 3-3-3, right? But still, you're just seeing the damage come through. It's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. Breakneck speed here out of SNC, punishing the map. When they've gotten a lead in this series, they've been very decisive with it. This game is no different. A lot of pressure on GGG Turtle right now to win these team fights for them. So you see the Jarvan, the Gnar, later in the game, a lot harder to pilot than it is the Gwen and the Cassante. Early in the game, it was all priority for TVA, but after that one fight in the jungle, SNC has maximized the usability of that gold that they got off of it, and now the Vayne, 5 items done. Extremely strong. Does not have the flash, notably. So
right.
Another fight breaks out. Will not have that flash, where Varus will. But I think a lot of this is going to hinge on, can Orianna get to that 3rd item and get the ability to, kind of get a burst with this ult, right? Actually be able to burst out one of these carries with the ultimate. As we've seen in these fights, they've been a little bit disjointed trying to get in because they've been around objectives, right? And when Jarvan has to focus an objective, it's easy for Vayne to position herself just kind of away from the objective, right? Either Jarvan goes to the objective or he goes to Vayne. He has to pick one or the other. And that can make these team fights a lot easier to play out. I'd like to see TVA, get more of a setup play onto someone in one of these side lanes ahead of an objective.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I like what SNC's been doing in terms of just burning teleports to get there early, right? We saw that in the last Dragon. They were like, okay, most important thing is that we are there, and we are there together, and that was the deciding factor in that fight. They were able to start something that was a little bit disjointed because it was a 3-man group from TVA who was pushing into the Dragon Pit to clear vision, and they just got pushed around. The rest of the team showed up, the fight broke out. That's all she wrote, right? We saw how that fight played out now, and now they're pushing with this Baron, a Compt. Ooh, gonna get some CC off. Kind of
whole bunch of plants summoned there.
A lot of plants. Always worried, if you're a squishy support like this, right? You were responsible for vision, but you.
Oh my goodness.
Well.
Powers do not last long against Gwen.
Well.
I want to give it this build on Karma. Also, I absolutely love. Does have the redemption now, just shutting down that Wombo, right? If Jarvan goes in with the ball, I've just dropped the redemption onto that pile of people. Say, okay, cool. Whatever happens, like we're going to get healed. No TP on the Gnar right now is basing. It's 10 seconds on this Dragon.
I got to say, what Vega showed me before was he was wearing a costume. It's possible that will be our gimmick. We will be wearing Halloween costumes. I believe, was that a hot dog?
It's a banana.
It was a banana. It's a banana. I'm a banana.
In honor of Fortnite going back to its, whatever season. I don't play Fortnite. But I see a lot of people streaming it. Yeah, whoa. Whatever it is.
Was that a flash?
There's bananas in Fortnite.
No. No, that wasn't.
No, it's not.
Huh. Thought I heard one. Thought I saw one. Juice Fox saying SNC is always there, and they're together. The power of friendship. That is true. One of the most important powers you can bring to the Rift is the power of friendship. 3 dragons to 3 dragons.
Hex Flash, okay.
Hex Flash. Okay, this makes a lot of sense. This makes a lot of sense.
We do see Deathcap finish on Ori now, which is a huge buy.
Yes.
We talked about her needing damage, needing the ability to kind of pop one of these carries in the fight with her ult. That's an item that can help do it. We do see also a Negatron picked up for the Vayne here, already opting into knowing that that could be a threat, that could be an avenue that they could make a fight, you know? And so great itemization here for, and I'll let you say the name. Vayne's name?
Of, I'm sorry, who? Bwaha?
Vayne?
Vayne? Oh, sorry. Xiaomu.
Xiaomu. Okay, perfect. Baron is 1 minute away. A little bit of trading here.
Yeah, this is a really dangerous team fight. You know, fool me once, fool me twice, fool me 3 times, but then put Baron there instead. And you've got kind of the situation that's before us. A third Baron. Woofy is going to go in. I think he was just looking to scout, but that's going to be it all coming down. Oh, teleport coming through as well. But look at this. This is another split fight right here. Hollow trying to run away. So much damage coming from the Great Swake. A Flag and Drag to get some distance. Double flashes right there on the other side. Oh, Hollow going quite low right here. Can they take the Blast Cone? They can indeed. Oh my God. Did everyone get out of that? Hold on, Woofy.
No way.
Oh
right?
my goodness.
But that will be the Baron setup. 20 seconds.
Oh,
do they have
yeah.
time to get back on the map?
Okay, yeah. What a fight slash route right there. I mean, TVA gets out, but at what cost? Lots of ults and summoner spells used. Do we have any teleports? Oh, yes, TVA does have 2 teleports. This is the Hex
also.
map. Yes, indeed. There's the Karma, but not the Flag and Drag onto the Karma. Just going forward a little bit more, but that's not going to be them going over. Down to 2,000, down to 1,000, down to 800. Blue team gets it. That's the third Dragon Hollow going in. That's going to be a Meganar. That's going to be a 3-man Meganar all right there. And over the wall, that's going to be the Wombo combo. There it is. Great Swake going down as well. Kazate's still up. God damn it, this spectator bug sucks. I hate it. I hate it so much. I thought it only happened once a series, but it has come back. Dang, that sucks. All right, we are going to go back and look at that in a second. Verisol connects right there with the Q. Oh, the pop. That's going to be Xayah that gets that kill. Okay, we're going to break convention. We are going to jump back 15 seconds, jump back 15 seconds, jump back 15 seconds. We're just going to see what happens right here. Okay, there's the fight. There it is. This is what we missed before. Hollow comes in, lands that massive Gnar ult. We've got 3 people locked up. A comp just pouring damage in over the wall. GGG Turtle getting those autos. It is Woofy who dies, holds up Xiaomu for the time being, and then everything plays out as we saw it before. Let's just watch this like fade away kill once again onto Bwaha. It's the Q, and I believe it's going to be a Comet that gets it. Yeah, that's Comet from Zyra. Hot diggity dog. Damn. We're going to speed up to...
Hopefully nothing happens. Doesn't look like it, just farming. Beautiful.
Okay, we're going to go back down. That's past where we were. Well...
They did secure the Baron, though, and Vayne and Cassante both have it. So they will be able to push these side lanes. It is 3-3 in Dragons now. Dragon is spawning in 1 minute. Notably, Vayne is 6 items now. But again, will not have the flash for this fight, so it will be another fight where Vayne will have to have good positioning. And last fight, I feel like that's kind of what TVA is looking for the whole game, right? TVA is kind of looking for that wombo into a wall with the Gnar, the ability to set up that free damage. Oh, Woofy's got to be careful in here.
Dude, another hook. Oh my God, right onto Woofy. A Flag and Dragon, but a Condemn into the wall. It gets knocked sideways. Orianna ult only hitting 2 members in the back line right there, and God, Gwen is just going to go for it. But oh my God, GGG Turtle. Wait, the 1v1. Oh, these are the ADCs facing off. A comp trying to get in here, get some CC down. That's the exhaust, though, and the damage is going to come through for Xiaomu. This Vayne is insane.
Absolutely. Vayne at the point in the game. They're not taking hardly any damage. The build, so hard to kill through the Sterix and the force of nature on this Vayne. They're going to be able to push the mid lane now. There is no Orianna ult. Gnar will have to come back if they choose to continue to push this. Looks like they are. They're going for the end.
Indeed. Teleport coming through. Can Galson defend? That's going to be the question, but against 4 members, Hollow doesn't have Mega Gnar ult. Those towers are melting like butter, and so too is Hollow's health bar as Galson eliminated, isolated, and the Nexus focused down. Game 2 goes to SNC once again.
We are going to game 3, SNC, with a 2-0 lead and what looked like TVA's best start of the series. Gotta have to think they're thinking about that fight in the jungle there early in that game that gave over a little bit of the priority. Choice not to contest the Baron, but TVA showed that they could play with them. Just a few minor things that put that in for SNC there. But SNC got to be feeling great. Up 2-0 in this series. 1 game away from infamy. Ready for game 3.
So true. And Lil Dear Lilia, I saw you asking for damage charts. We got him. Don't you worry. We're going to take 1 second to look at him here. Vayne topping them. Gwen not far behind. And then you see a nice little cityscape here that is going to be all of TVA. And then following up, we got the Karma. We got the Cassante. You know him. You love him. But game 3, we're going to come into it. I mean, it's hard not to talk about this from the perspective of TVA, right? They're the challengers. They're trying to come back. They're trying to pull off the legendary reverse sweep, which, let me be clear, I would love to see at least 2 games of reverse sweep, and then, hey, I want to see an awesome game 5. But what do you think, Vega, the TVA needs to do to produce a win here? Let's not even get into reverse sweeps. Let's take it 1 game at a time. What has to happen in this next game for TVA to walk away with a win?
I think right now what's really been shown is that SNC has been very decisive late in the game, playing together, making plays together, things like that. And I feel like when TVA has been best is when they've had their mid lane on a threat, right? When they've had mid lane kind of in a setup where they can threaten mid, and it's a shout out to SNC for drafting matchups where that's very hard, but I would like to see them more attack, the map and things like that. The bot lane, I thought they had a good setup there. I thought the Jarvan was a good setup. I would like to see, in our last series, we did see Hollow playing some of the Malphites. We saw him play the Cassante, we saw him play the Rumble. A lot of these picks that, I like Gnar, and I think Gnar's an okay pick, and I think it can, win lane, but it's a lot harder to pilot later in the game. I would like to see Hollow play something where it feels more like they can take over the game when they get a lead, right?
Yeah.
Something that's more of a threat. Realistically, I want to see top lane play something that's more of a threat to the enemy AD carry. As we are already through bans. Holy moly.
Yeah, these teams know what they want, right? We're on draft 3. You know what's going, but backs up against the wall. SNC 1 game away from becoming the commercial champions of Season 11. See how it plays out. Maokai.
I like Maokai as a pick because I think when you're struggling at late game fights, when you're struggling at dragon fights, things like that, Maokai kind of is that champion that's the band-aid of that, right?
Right.
The saplings are so good around the pit. It's even if you don't have good setup, it's easy just to ult the pit, say like, okay, you're either getting out of the dragon pit or we're getting us now. The Lilia has been banned 2 games in a row, not banned this game. Immediately picked up here. That, when you're on the other side of something and you've been banning something an entire series and someone insta-locks it, when you leave it up, that always gives you a little bit of like, oh, is that important? But
right.
But I do think, Maokai is one of the better champions. The things that help against Lily are lockdown CC, things that can keep her in place so she can't kite around. The Samira and the Rel locked in. Wow. They want to brawl. They're saying, you know what? We're struggling in some of these 5v5 dragon fights late in the game. Let's just pick, because even though Zyra's good, right? Zyra was very good for laning. We did see what happens to Zyra in a lot of games, which is when you get to the mid game and people have resistances, she doesn't really deal damage anymore. She just becomes, a champion that E's to root and ults in the fight to try to, keep people off. But, oh gosh, Kate Morgana. That is a lane, and the low range of Rel Samira can be tough to deal with. But if you could get to team fighting, my point I was making before is Rel has a ton of tools, even when behind, to make plays in team fights, right? Even if you could be 0-10 on Rel and flash into the fight and get a 4-man ult and win the fight.
Absolutely.
And I do like that because it gives them a lot more setup later in this fight, and it gives them a chance to attack. And I actually, for SNC, Caitlyn's great, and if Caitlyn gets ahead, can absolutely take over a game. But it is a champion that's easier to attack than it is to attack something like the Vayne, right? She has the E to get away, but Vayne, can go invisible, has the condemn, gets the movement speed. Whereas Caitlyn, if you W onto Caitlyn as Maokai, your team can blow that champion up.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, sorry. Technical issue on my side. Don't worry about it. We're piloting the plane, folks. Everything is perfectly okay. Don't panic.
I asked you if you could land a plane, right? We had this conversation?
We did have this conversation. Yes. We did have this conversation. Yeah. It's a great question.
For people who don't know, we both believe that we could land a plane. With help from, the tower.
Yes.
Like they were talking it through us.
Yeah, not winging it.
Yeah, I'm not saying that no one would have a little bit of whiplash. I'm just saying that we could get it on the ground. Much like TVA is going to try to get this game safely onto the ground, get themselves a win. Okay, yeah, it's the end of the year. We got to pull out everything. I will say this. No matter what happens in the series, I absolutely love TVA's commitment to teamfight comps.
Yes.
Of just being like, okay, what set of Lego Jenga anomaly can we put together that's eventually the best, the Power Rangers of teamfight comps? The only thing missing now is a Malphite.
That's true. That would be. You'd have to do Maokai.
Oh,
Renekton. Interesting. Interessante. How curious.
I think the early matchup against Sion is fine. Your W breaks the shield of Sion in the lane. You can have favorable trades, and maybe they want to have something they can kind of play against. And we talked about them picking something that they would be able to attack, the enemy ADC with, but I have to agree with Spooky Man in the chat. The Sion eventually in this game, there's not really any tank busting on the side of TVA. So if this gets to late game, like we've seen some of the other games get, the Sion is going to be a little bit of a problem later on. But when you pick Renekton, stuff like that, you're not trying to get to the hyper late game. You're trying to run the lane over early, win there. Xerath picked up in the mid lane, going for that range into the Victor just to be able to harass. And I will say the siege from the Caitlyn Morgana Xerath comp, very strong. Should be heading into the in-game draft here shortly for Game 3, and there we are.
Speaking of Game 3, there are the predictions live. Of course, thank you for our Rift side reporter, a Spooky Man, who is out there on the side of the Rift in a little rain jacket. We've set him up with some yellow slickers. He's got a yellow rain jacket, yellow boots, little Paddington Bear getup. He really was like, do I have to wear this? We said, of course, listen. It's part
company issue.
Company issue, exactly. Listen, we do design the uniforms, and yes, we do make it a portion of your contract that you sign, that you do have to wear it, but yeah, there it is, loaded up in yellow slickers. What can you say? He looks good in it, for what it's worth. For what it's worth, it looks very fetching in those yellow slickers. My control company policy. It's true.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do about it. That's just the way it is. Much like I am forced to cast in a banana costume.
Yeah.
Man is forced to do sideline reporting, even though it's not raining. It's not even raining next to the Rift.
No, hot as hell outside. It's gonna be real.
We pick those. We have them wear those just in case, because you never know. There could be a Nami wave. There's all kinds of things. It could be an ocean rift. You never know when it's all of a sudden going to spawn.
A lot of water-related events. And of course, thank you, Bread Stuck in Ass. The script is good this year. We had our best script writers on it. A couple of them are here in chat, of course, tuning in live from the writer's room. Sometimes we do edits live. It's possible. We do have the capability. Just like we technically have the capability to do instant replay and face cams, we of course have IRL editing to our season's script.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of potential out there. And I want to give a shout out really fast to Les Force, people who don't know, big TVA or not TVA specifically, but Team Volatility member, absolute pillar of the community. Someone I've gotten to get close with this season on the booth. And always a positive force in the chat. So big shout out to Less Force, aka Best Force.
Are you guys doing a booth episode this weekend?
We are. We're going to do a season closeout this
Oh,
Sunday.
yeah.
Where we get to talk about me being the only person to pick Twempest Fwame in the top 4 of their group. And well, I don't remember actually. I don't think.
Dude, hold that one over their heads.
I've had a lot of bad takes this year, but this will not be one.
Oh, speaking of corporate, thank you so much for being the newest investor in the low-budget LCS, Larry the Boss. Thank you so much for the follow. It means the world to us, and of course, we would not want to skip over your compatriot Exotic Nick 1. Thank you also for being the newest investor in the low-budget LCS. You guys, of course, are welcome at the board meetings. They take place in Vermont at the Denny's. You got to go around back to the back. Talk to our buddy Todd. He's the assistant manager. He'll let you in. But once you're inside, pancakes are on us. What's up, Exotic Nick? Larry the Pod, where has this been? We've been here the whole time. We've been waiting for you, Larry. We got all these people in a room together, trying to have a party. This has been a surprise, but happy birthday, by the way. We were all supposed to yell surprise when you showed up, but I can see the coordination got off. We've got a birthday cake. It's been waiting for a little while. The candles are a little bit burnt down. You said your favorite flavor was just fluff? We just took a lot of fluff and we put it into sort of a big pile, and then Vega got all the candles he could from around his house.
Some of them are large candles from Yankee Candle Company, but it's just what I had.
I can smell many of them are scented too, which isn't
They are.
the typical birthday cake play.
Well, we don't throw typical birthday parties.
No. Very specifically, we do not throw typical birthday parties. Maybe Papoa can make him a waffle. That's
what we really need. Papoa, waffle god.
Waffle god,
Maybe
yes! Papoa, Lord of
there.
Waffles.
Lord of Waffles.
Oh, I love that. Maybe we can make a waffle-related religion? Can that be a season 12?
I'm about it.
All right. Well, hey, Vega, let's plan this without consulting Papoa at all. Let's start a religion using him as a figurehead.
If I see him in chat ever, I'm going to be like, all hail Waffle Lord Papoa.
Oh, shit, he's here. The Cuisinart Kingdom. The Lord of the Cuisinart... Oh, shit, this is something.
We're on to something.
Maybe that's our thing.
Yeah, yeah, we're lore writers. We write the lore.
Oh, yes. Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. Starting a religion isn't that hard. You know it.
We just did it.
XLRNT, when does season 12 start? Definitely next year, but we're probably looking at do not hold me to this, but probably around February, maybe a late January. We'll have like signups and applications. We ask people to write. Listen, if you're applying to low budget LCS, the questions that we ask, definitely write a thick response to it. I mean, say what you feel, but we read those things, and we love hearing what you guys have to say, because we want to make this a good experience for you. So let us know. Dude, my birthday's in February too, Vader. Fuck yeah.
February, good birthday month.
Great birthday month. Revolver Josh, this is a great fluff piece. I just started playing season 5 with a control. What? You play League on a controller?
That's actually wild. That's
crazy.
That's one of the craziest things I've ever heard.
We need pics for sure.
Yeah, I need to see this. I mean, I've seen people. There are people who have told me that I need to use the racing wheel.
Oh.
Play League with it. I can't even imagine how it would work.
I mean, I would hope that alt would be tied to you just like spinning the wheel all the way around. So anytime you needed to alt, it was just a crazy fucking...
I feel like I'd have to play like Scion and then drifting with the ult.
Oh, I love that.
With the wheel. I feel like that's Like, you just have to play Scion with it.
That's a great idea.
Um,
Does Scion have a racing skin where he turns into a car?
I mean, yeah. I mean, he has the train one where he turns into a train.
That's nice. I like trains.
Oh?
I think that we should have, here's my hot political take. I think that we need more public transportation in America, and I think that much of it should take the form of trains.
I live in New York City, and let me tell you,
Dude.
whenever I visit other cities,
Oh,
I was in Vegas recently, and the inability to just get around
right.
is so frustrating. Like, I mean, New York City is not perfect. It is absolutely not. But it is 24/7, 365. I
Right.
can get anywhere in the city for $3.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is amazing. It is amazing. Anytime I can
It's
get
so
on the train
efficient.
and go anywhere in the city. You know,
Dude.
and that, not being able to do that in a major city in America is crazy. It is crazy to me that so many major cities, the public transportation is so bad.
Yeah, it's wild. And listen to the folks at home. I know this is why you tuned in to watch League of Legends, is to hear us kind of talk about the importance of public transportation. And this is actually...
It is important.
It is important. This is guerrilla marketing. This is...
Much like it will be important for Rel to transport herself into the enemy backline in this game.
Boom!
Because you see, this game's going to hinge a lot on the engage tools and the public transportation of Maokai and Rel onto the back line.
You guys see that? That's why he's a fucking pro.
That's how we get you. That's how we get you guys.
That's how we
Actually,
get
that's
you.
our thing. Our thing is going on weird rants about topics not directly related, and then tying it back to League of Legends.
I gotta say, we cannot monopolize weird rants because every casting pair in the LBLCS
That's true.
is
That's true.
absolutely incapable of staying on topic. It is mind blowing.
Look, that's
Listen,
it's
dude,
part of
we're
the interview process.
gonna have a
I
lot
don't-
of things.
Yeah, I'm not the newest caster, I don't believe,
I don't think so.
but I went through the interview process fairly recently.
Yeah.
It's been like a year.
Yeah.
And it's one of the biggest things. You know, can you go off topic? I don't know how many times
So
we went
true.
off topic in my interview.
Almost exclusively.
That's when we knew. You know, we're like, yeah, this is gonna work.
I do believe when we first talked, we did talk about like Yu Yu Hakusho and some TV shows that we watched when we were children that happened to oh my god, did you see that too?
Okay.
Yes! Oh baby! There it is! 99999. Lots of the number 9 in this game. God, I hope that happens every single time he does it. Revolver Josh, I mean, we can talk about Yu Yu Hakusho. We'll get off topic later. We'll get more off topic
we will.
later.
Poor Josh, I do have the logo tattooed on my leg of Yu Yu Hakusho.
So fucking sick. That's awesome.
Kayla Morgana, very frustrating lane to play against.
Yes.
Especially early on. The 2v2 here will be very frustrating for the bot lane of TVA. It's a lane that there's not a lot of good avenues, right? If you go in, you do have the Black Shield from Morgana to kind of deny that CC. They have a lot of tools to kite back, but you're not playing Samira Rel to 2v2 this lane at level 3, right? You're playing it for the team fight. You're playing it for the pop-off ability later. See what Renekton can do in the top lane here. Should be able to get some favorable trades.
Now, I have forgotten to put the bottles back. Oh, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. Hold on. We can fix this. Oh, here we go.
Oh,
There we go.
flash
The
is top
flash
lane.
route. Absolutely woofy. Looking to get an angle here on Dr. Explosive. Cuts off one escape lane, but Explosive has another one. There's the ghost. Oh, Hollow. Not letting him get away. Not now. Not when so many things are on the line.
I love the timing of both of them flashing simultaneously. There is no flash on the Scion, just the Ghost. They're able to make that play early gold over to him. We talked about they don't want the Scion to be able to scale to get to this late game incredibly strong. So good job attacking that early. The Renekton, who is your strong lane, but the oh, good use of the shield there. Great use of the shield from Rail to buffer that.
Yeah, very well played. Another bit of a skirmish up here. I don't really expect to see a like full solo kill in the top lane. Does that make sense? Do you feel like I'm off on that? I feel like Renekton, Scion, unless if both of them are at full health, it's kind of hard to imagine a full fight resulting in one death. You've either got the dashes or the tankiness, like on either side.
I agree, and it's a war of attrition, right?
Right.
Renekton's going to try to sustain down with the Q, get Sion into a point where it's low, but Sion does have the shield, is stacking health the whole time, is going to be playing largely safely in the lane, right? Just playing to get to that late game scaling position. Whereas I feel like bot lane is more than likely going to be our action lane as the game progresses. Caitlyn and Morgana do harass extremely well. Do see them getting off an early base here with the CS lead. Is going to be the lethality. Caitlyn can be incredibly strong at harassing you. Will make this even more frustrating of a lane to play against. But notably, the lethality Caitlyn does struggle a little bit later in the game dealing with tanks. So Maokai and Renekton could be a little bit of a problem later, but I think they're banking on if they get later in the game. The Renekton not exactly going to build full tank here, not going to stack completely
more of a bruisery boy. God, that's great.
So much damage.
Oh, what a fun bug. Does that happen in the game as well? No.
I don't know. I haven't seen it while playing.
Okay. You would definitely notice it. You would definitely notice it. It's got to just be a spectator thing.
Early dragon here coming out.
Yeah.
Wait, Snake. I like this. Your bot lane has prio, so this is how you use priority when your bot lane is ahead. Is Samira, and then we'll be farming under the tower. Use that pressure to go get yourself the free dragon and early mountain drake there for little extra resistances. But Maokai is using that time wisely. He's getting a little bit of a farm lead even after getting the early gank.
Oh, look at that being engaged right on the Mumu. Absolutely. GGG Turtle finding their target. There it is. Spell shield used. Cut to the top lane. Looks like we might have another gank coming off here. Woofy knows he has not been spotted out in Hollow. Let's see. The W is going to lock on. Let's see. Oh, really thought Explosive was going to ult right there, but look at that health bar drop. They know they've got him dead to rights. That's another kill picked up in the top lane.
Beautiful play, too, to keep themselves on the other side, Sion. Not able to use that ult to escape. And notably in the bot lane, good punish onto the Caitlyn there.
Yeah.
They trade the Flash of Rel for the Flash and the Cleanse off the Caitlyn. And Hex Flash is on the Rel, so you're fine with that. Sion...
ulting back.
I think that was a mistake. I am going to guess that was a mistake there.
But the other team doesn't know. They just heard the noise.
Yeah, as far as they know, he just went halfway back to lane.
Listen, that's a great fake out. Love that. Another, map-wide ability is just the audio cue.
Ooh.
Ooh, Woofy.
As a champion, does not have a lot of mobility.
Yeah.
It is level 6 on the Maokai, too, so any overstep. But good job by Xerath just not stepping up for too much poke there. Willing to just kind of play back on that. And I think early on right now, this game's kind of going as TVA probably hoped. Maybe the bot lane they'd hope was a little bit closer, but the top lane is ahead. They need Renekton to get ahead. Their Maokai has gold on it, who will be the primary engage on this team. And their bot lane's not crazy behind, right? Samira is getting farm. Right now, they're healthy in the lane. Good trading here out of the Renekton.
Yeah, he's doing a great job of trading there. Also, binding does land. Turtle's going to take some damage. There's that headshot. I mean, that's the Caitlyn Morg combo.
It is.
Oh, what's up, Kabos?
Good point from Kabos, too, about it is lethal tempo. It will be, but should, lean towards an auto attack build. It will be Collector first, more than likely. That's been meta lately. I do worry about Collector into some of the tankier members, but
look at Maokai the back. Sorry, please continue.
You're fine. I was like,
I wasn't sure if Great Snake was just gonna ignore that, but of course, on the other side of the map, that Maokai ult, I don't believe is gonna hit. Plenty of time to move out of the way. Hollow might be in some trouble right here. They're gonna ult, maybe getting a 2v1, but a Drowsy coming down, trying to finish off his target before he goes to sleep. But no, not enough time. And now, oh, Hollow, oh, hello. Just doing a good job in the 2v1. Nobody gets any kills anywhere.
No, but it's a healthy Renekton.
Whoa! Caster Curse in action.
Oh, the game ends in 3 minutes, I guess.
Is it pausing for you? All right.
Yeah, it is.
But has our stream crashed?
No, it's still up.
Okay, well, that's great. This is just a different spectator bug that doesn't result in the stream crashing, and that's always a win, folks. All right, here we are.
We're back. This is a great play, and that's always the danger with Renekton, right? Is that Renekton is a very powerful duelist early. Good harass here.
Seriously. Oh, Is it a harass or a kill?
And there is.
Or is it a bait? A Compt coming around the corner here. That's going to be some damage and some CC. Woofy going to go in. Let's see, though. A flash forward just to knock him out. But Waha with the kill. Look at that play. Beautiful from the Zerath.
Beautiful job there getting that kill. Is going to be able to base. Get back with a little bit of that extra gold and a little bit of an overforce there from TVA. So close to getting that kill. They just don't quite have the damage for it. Compt will return to bot lane here.
And I think almost the flash is what did them in, right? That one turret shot. Just enough damage to push them over to where Bwaha would be able to pop them. Credit to Bwaha, too. I mean, in these last 2 games, I feel like they've had really safe lanes. Like, they've been really safe during the laning phase. Maybe I'm just misremembering, but I feel like they haven't gotten enough credit for that, right? They're showing up, and they're extremely dangerous, and that has been always.
Yeah, there's something to be said about players who don't give angles to the opponent, right? Like, if you're a player, I mean, even last game on the Karma in the more supportive role in the mid lane, still found avenues to deal lots of damage, playing the team fights extremely well, and never gave an opportunity for, you know, TVA to make a play on him. And in this game, that's probably the most we've seen Bwaha get attacked. And even still, it turns around into a kill. So beautiful play so far. Early lead for TVA again, similar to last game. We'll have to see how they play this mid game out, because now we know that they can get these early leads. It's how they play the team finding out after that.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I think we saw one really... Hollow, you cheeky duck. Coming in here. Let's see. That's a pretty tanky Scion, though. Still third.
Just looking to get a little trade there, I think. Just trying to eat away at that health slowly but surely.
Absolutely. Ooh, Woofy. Looking for revenge. Gonna get tagged up with that CC, but a Compt coming around the corner, and that's gonna be a flash in, but they don't know that the rest of the team is right there. That's a flash by Zumuwu. Looking here. Teleports coming in as well. Woofy getting some damage off. Zaimu gonna get out of there. Massive drowsy. 3 targets down. Great snake. Low health bars, but even lower health bars on the side. Oh, Woofy gets taken out by the Caitlyn ult from over the wall. GGG Turtle ulting here. A double kill for the Maokai. You just don't see that every day. So that's a 3 for 2. Nobody gets the dragon.
Go down. Yeah, no dragon over there, but the gold lead shrinks noticeably there. So you see TPs in from both teams. Real question is where that gold's going. A lot of the gold going onto the front line here for TVA. The Maokai very strong now, does have finish item, along with, we do see Renekton opting into the split push build, does build the Bork first, does want the side lane against the Scion as much as possible, which isn't a bad idea. Scion is the lone real front line for this comp. Whereas the 4-man for TVA can operate very successfully, right? The Maokai and Rail provide plenty of front line for their 2 damage dealers. In a 4v4, if they get it engaged, you would kind of lean towards TVA as long as they can get onto the carries. But Scion really is that bouncer, right? That really is the champion that if that's in the fight, it warps that fight to a different area. Nice dodge there.
Values sapling, 2 targets.
Very good, and has that finished item right now. Oh,
whoa, look at this target right here. Zhao Mumu getting focused down by the bot lane duo, but almost getting GGG Turtle in response. Dragon might be theirs off of this. We'll see, though. SNC.
So Zerath is basing. I think Zerath basing kind of tells you the story of, I think they're going to give this over. That's big. They need that gold onto their Samira to keep pace with the Caitlyn, who's been harassing them all game. Knockout coming out, just gonna zone, just gonna push them off of this, get that early Ocean. And Ocean also super important in this game, because when you're against champions like Caitlyn and Zerath, even though the 1 Ocean isn't a lot, that little bit of extra tick of health in the lane can mean a lot, right?
Yes.
When you back off and you get that little extra bit of health that you're outside of your normal healing, that can help you sustain in these lanes.
Huge.
Renekton 3 plates deep top lane also. Good early game again from TVA.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I think that's the part of their game that's been pretty consistently solid here. We've just seen 2 games where SNC has pulled it out. One in a game where they were like pretty even solidly ahead at some times. Then they just peeled away. And then one game where they said, hey, we're actually going to show you that we can come back too. So, you know, SNC can do everything. TVA's really got to focus in on this game.
Absolutely. TVA does have some tools later in the game. Obviously, the Victor late game, that ultimate can absolutely zero out. Carries here. And Sion is behind in this game, which is what they want. Renekton is in great position in this top lane right now. A lot of priority. Big worry will be the bot lane, but we do see them trying to set up again the Maokai here. Lilia wasting no time getting the counter jungle on. They should know Maokai's on the bot side of the map based on where Lilia is.
Mm-hmm.
Good setup right here.
And yeah, I mean, they've got the Herald. They're just
Feel
trying
like
to...
they know.
They gotta.
The way they're playing around not, pushing and contesting, hardcore on this wave. Yeah, there we go. They
All right,
definitely
well, now
got an
they
idea
definitely
something
know.
was up. Yeah, like, now they definitely know. I feel like it's safe to say now.
One charge. Get some turret damage.
Wait.
I mean, that's something. That's something at the very least.
It most certainly is. Nice sidestep there by Turtle. You're constantly doing that in this lane also.
Yeah.
It is a dodging exercise in this lane.
Ooh. Ooh, this is dangerous.
Oh, my goodness.
A
Good
comp-
sidestep by Comp.
Yeah, really smart choosing to go back there. I don't think you want to start a fight half health.
No, you don't have... You do have the Ignite, but you have Cleanse on the Samira, so there's not a lot of easy ways for her to gain health. Has the Collector first. Doesn't have any life still really yet in the kit to speak of. So she's not going to get a lot healthier, right? And you're one Q and a trap away from Samira just getting, 100 to 0'd.
Right. Hollow, I mean, maintaining the aggression and the lead up here. It's a very sizable CS lead.
This is the best game Hollow's had in this series also.
Yes.
Hollow, when we talked about in the game what we'd like to see change that we thought could be there, and it was getting Hollow onto... Ooh,
Good
get the
flash
out
from
there.
Waha. There we go. Listen, that's the safety of a mid laner. Oh. Let's see. Flash away from Galson. Just a little bit of poke back and forth right here. A comp is coming up. That's the Zerath ult. A comp looking for a target right here is going to go onto Great Snake. Galson coming up here, going to get the kill in the end. That's a 1-for-1 for the junglers.
Okay, yeah, we just trade junglers on the map. Okay. That's totally fine.
Morgana.
Good play there also to get the flash. Both mid laners actually go flashless after that play. But the Renekton really right now, it's really a seesaw on both sides of the map. The Caitlyn, massive CS lead, has been able to pressure the bot lane. Renekton, massive CS lead, has been able to pressure the top lane. Who can more readily take over this game as it goes on? Caitlyn does have the tools to more safely siege, but Renekton will be the one trying to kill her in these team fights.
Mm-hmm.
Do have a Kim map here, which, though not the most powerful soul, the CC in this game will be largely important. We have Rill, Maokai, lots of CC on that side, especially on the other side, the Morgana, the Zerath, Sion, lots of things. Looks like it will be a play for the Rift Herald, as TVA has dominated Rift Herald play throughout this series so far. This will help push their early game forward a little bit.
Yes, indeed. 40 seconds until this next dragon comes up as well. 1-1 on the dragon so far. No team breaking away with it. Great Snake showing up just in time. Was that 200? That was a lot.
2,000? Oh my, that's a lot.
Gosh.
There's so much poke on
Yeah.
the side of SNC. Every champion able to deal range damage here. Normally Maokai, though, because of these early kills, normally Maokai's not a champion you'd love to have a ton of kills on, but it has really accelerated the tankiness of Maokai's build. Has that first item done. Is working on... Oh, good harass from the Victor there also.
Just so many abilities being thrown around. You got Maokai Saplings in every single bush. Bwaha is poking as much as possible. Like this TP. I like this a lot. Let's see. We've got SNC here first. That binding's going to connect. Maokai ult coming through. Another teleport. The Rel looking for an angle, trying to find someone's Waddle. Waddle going to be the first target of GGG Turtle, but a massive ult. All the ult being dropped down here on the backline. But Drowsy coming through. Explosive goes down. The Great Snake soon to follow as well. And Zhao Mumu, Caitlyn ulting. There's another kill. A triple kill for Samira. Was that? Nope. Is that a quadra? Was that a quadra? Hold on. Let's see. I think
Victor
so.
got a kill. I think Victor got one
Victor
kill.
got a kill in there. Okay. Just the triple for Turtle. They are really looking for it. They get some CC and a cleanse burn. Okay. Now in the mid lane, they've got the push. That's a really solid play for TVA.
Yeah, now Samira 4-0, so a lot of that lead Caitlyn got going out the window right now. That fight's so important. A Rift Herald available also.
Great placement, too.
Dominating. Yeah, Rift Herald's going to be there. They do have a little bit of a timing window right here where they can press it. They're going to TP out to try to stop this. I think it will save the tower.
Oh!
Get it. Okay.
Very last auto. We got a game here. Zerathult. The camera wanted us to watch him.
Tempo play. Have you seen the thing where people use Kayn and Xerath, and then they do, you know how you can use the F keys to, like, lock on to
I have seen that, yes.
Yeah, where Kayn, like, ults, and then you just lock on and shoot the ult.
Yes.
It's wild.
You look like a god. Oh, God, Hollow. Speaking of.
Hollow very strong in the side lane. The Bork giving a lot of priority. Samira on 2 items, even with the Caitlyn now. Very big for them to get that gold onto their Samira to be able now to threaten, now. Samira did lose a lot of CS in the lane. That happens when you're against Caitlyn Morg, but now you have a lot of agency. That fight gets you back in, but we've seen this before. We've seen TVA win an early dragon fight in a dominant fashion, and SNC, they're unbothered by it. They're so good at just staying with the game plan, playing for the late game, and we'll have to see if that can happen again. Can they play this out? Can TVA keep the pressure up in this game?
Absolutely, and I think if you're going to keep that pressure on, you're probably thinking about Baron, even though it is a little bit early, only 21 minutes right now, right? We talked about some of those buffs making Baron a little bit harder to get. But, I mean, 3 Barons got taken last game, so maybe that doesn't mean anything.
Okay, yeah. I take back what I said in the pregame where you asked me, what would you like to see change from the last game?
Hollow coming around the corner right here. Some autos coming through. A flash right from Wada Wada way, but Black Shield can only do so much, and there it is. Morgana picked up. Great Snake thinking about it.
What can they do with this? So Morgana's off the map, but they did invest a Maokai and a flash off of Renekton.
Wrapping around, Akant maybe looking at something. That's going to be Bwaha maybe being the target right there, but Explosive doing his best impression of a wall right there, but even walls can die apparently, taken down. But look at the massive damage, the turn right here. Bwaha, so much damage taking down GGG Turtle. Hollow looking quite low. Caitlyn ult onto Galson. Oh, Woofy right here. Wow, doing a lot of damage to Great Snake. But Zhao Mumu, this is the Caitlyn, right? Oh, wait, CC lands onto the Xerath, but you gotta just keep on running when your health bars look like that. Woofy dies in the end, but Hollow maybe on the flank right here, going in. That's the kill, going for the second one, but nope. That's gonna be a rebuttal there from Zhao Wuwu and Bwaha. A long, slow, weird fight results in 7 casualties, I think. Somebody respawned recently.
Yeah, notably, it was a good engage from Rel there, was able to get on to a couple targets, but there wasn't follow-up. It really, in this comp, even though Samir is an important damage dealer, it's Victor's ult and damage across the team that really matters with the Rel, right? That's who you want to be piling that damage on top. It does have the injuries, can burn through some of these targets, and they do manage to get a couple kills there that do matter. Black Shield's still on there, is going to be able to walk out.
Wada
Wada way.
Wada Wada way.
One Wada.
Yeah, listen.
Caitlyn. Oh, go ahead.
No, it's as many Wadas as you want it to be.
What
were you going to say?
Caitlyn, after that fight, just snaps right back to being ahead.
Yeah.
Cleans up beautifully in that fight. Good zoning. There was a little bit of time in the beginning of the fight where Victor was zoning Caitlyn out, but as the front line started to fall away, some more damage started to come through, and the Maokai forced out of the fight, Renekton forced out of the fight. That Caitlyn's range really can abuse in these fights. Here's the Hex Flash just thinking about it. But Caitlyn, 3 items now. Does have the Lord Dominic's for guards now. Did go the IE, so it is not really the lethality Kate. This is going to be more of a front to back auto attack Kate. Will be a lot better in these team fights. And Renekton, well, a lot of these team fights are going to come down to, does Renekton have flash to get to the Caitlyn or not? So right now, if you're on the side of TVA, you don't want to fight, right? You want to wait until you get that Renekton flash, or if you catch Caitlyn somehow in a side lane where there's no one there to help.
Yeah, absolutely. Scuttle being worked on right now. Well, let's see, though.
20 seconds.
Yeah, this might turn into a fight. Woofy maybe looking for an angle. So I'm going to snipe her. That's a Drowsy coming down. Maokai ult being dropped right there. A comp trying to stop Great Snake from getting onto GGG Turtle, but maybe they went too far. They are going to pick up the jungler. Leah's down. Wada Wada way. Running away right here. Explosive holding the line. Bwaha getting some poke across as well. Let's see. Hollow trying to find an angle. Let's see. That's massive. Ooh, Scion, hold on. Holding them right where they need to be. But Hollow gets into the backline, heals up massively, but then gets taken down. What goes up must come down, and that too is true for health bars. Caitlyn all blocked by Galson right there. Good teamwork.
Low, though.
Yeah.
The poke. So much damage off the poke. And I want to give a shout out to a comp at the beginning of that fight, though. When the Lilia gets the ult, comp immediately goes in and just eats space. Doesn't allow them to pile in.
They're thinking about it, Turtle. On this blast cone, trying to go over right there. They're going to get it even without the smite. Hold on a second. And then the cleanup, though, potentially. Turtle trying to get a little bit of speed right here. You got to watch out, though. He's got the CC. He's got the damage. They secured that without a jungler.
They did. They get the dragon, but they do give a massive shutdown on the Caitlyn over. That is going to be some gold in the pocket of Samira and the Victor here, who literally both have a lot of gold. It is important, though, Xerath, again, Baja has the Magi. Seems to be a thing throughout each game. Baja very trusting in their positioning. And honestly, it's paid off in most of these games. Yeah, it's worked. And right now, did not lose stacks in that fight, right? Was able to hold on to it.
God, a comp is so threatening on this rel. Kabas has been saying it, but on point with these engages right here. Explosive, a potential target. I'm not sure if the damage is there. They can realize the potential of that pick. Third of his health down, but no important abilities burned just yet. Bindings being thrown into bushes here. Sapperlings exchanged as well. They're annoying as hell, but look at the rail! There's the engage from a Compton Turtle following up right there. Explosive, gonna be the next target. Sion living longer, but Uwufi doing their best to hold the next targets in place. Let's see if he can get out, though, because they found their damage. Zerath ulting right here. Look at the back line. Hollow, massive, diving over the wall, getting so much damage, dodging a blast there from Bwaha. He's still got the CC, though, but a comp running around, too. Oh, my God, there it is. Turtle picks it up.
It's going to be Baron.
Massive into Baron. Huge play for TVA.
Actually, Uwufi's dead. I don't think they can do this. The risk of Great Snake just getting in for a smite steal is too great. They're going to push instead. But a comp in this game, just great engages, just every second. I mean, Caitlyn had both sums there and still just great layering of the CC to not let that happen.
That was a super far Caitlyn ult.
Yeah, I was like, I was like, how much is it going to do? Is this like a threat? But, again, amazing engage from a comp there, able to find that fight. And now Caitlyn does not have those summoners, right, for the next fight. Will not have those tools for this next fight, which could be around the Baron right now. And this game gets scary. We talked about the Sion scaling, but Sion hasn't been allowed to scale, right? This is the first time in a while Sion's even been able to get into a side lane to pick up farm. It's level 13 to level 15 in the side lane right now. And this Renekton is doing work.
They absolutely are. Just messing around with these settings back here. And I gotta say, Spooky Man said it pretty well. A comped, more like a can. Finding all sorts of engages here. Look at where SNC is right here.
Yeah, they're positioned around this bear. Now, I tried to start this point earlier, but we've had so much fighting, I wasn't able to finish it. But the main takeaway I want for TVA for the last game is don't give the Baron away for a dragon. I believe they should fight at this Baron.
Yes, I think you're right. It seems like they think so as well. That Baron's getting burned down pretty quickly. Wada taking so much damage, though. Maokai ult's going to get everybody. The question is, who's going to get that Baron? Did Great Snake get it? No, they still. There it is. Blue team gets it. Explosive, the next target right there. But who's going to live after that Zerath ult? Oh, Explosive gets it. The Sion passive coming in clutch right there. A 3 for 2, but they get the Baron as well. Ooh. Ooh. Okay.
The dance of trying to get around and get somebody to block an ability. Oh, this
Galson,
be careful
Turtle, Bwaha. Hold on a second. The damage. All right, Baron minion's gonna chase him away.
Zerath.
Yeah, that's an important sum out of there. Close.
Tries to catch them on a recall timer there, but that is Baron over and more kills. It is across the board a 3 for 2. It is a shutdown for the Renekton. Caitlyn and them. I do like their positioning on the Caitlyn and Xerath there because they are free hitting over the wall. They're not really under threat from a flashless rel. But now they do have the Baron, this dragon spawning. They should have priority on the lanes around the map. The subs are not back for Caitlyn yet. We'll have cleanse probably for this fight, but we'll not have the flash.
Yeah, this is going to be an important one. We've definitely seen dragons. Oh, supportal combat, but from over the wall. Just a little poke back and forth. I love that SNC teleports very early to these things.
Their setup is extremely good.
It's so strong. They're just so willing to be there as a group, and it pays off every single time. That being said, Xerath is backing right now, but Xerath also has teleport. Binding's going to connect. A comp going to take that blast cone over. We're fighting at a choke point, folks. Let's see how this plays out. We got traps laid down. It's a fight over Scuttle right now. Who's going to get it? It's going to be blue side that gets it. Maokai ult going to be dropped right there. That's an important ult that's gone. It's going to get the Morgana.
Look at a comp. Look at a comp.
Comped over the wall. Looking very spooky, very scary. They don't know about this. They don't know about the flank. Blue team gets it. That's going to be the in the back. Oh, but they get stuffed right there. A comp is stopped in the back line, and this is a very split fight. Explosive finding a front line all on their own. Uwoofy, but there it is. That's GGG Turtle diving in, but getting shut down. Holy shit by Caitlyn. The headshots coming through, and it is just a massacre. Oh, yep, there it is. A triple kill for Caitlyn. The follow-up, though, is not going to be there onto Galson. Okay. Galson says, no, you're not going to get me with that. A nice stuff by Galson. Still got Baron. Vega, was that worth it?
It's tough to say. This Caitlyn is becoming such a problem. A comp just couldn't quite get to that back line. Samira gets in and gets some damage done, but really does need to get to that lifesteal item before they're really going to be able to do things here. Looks like a mid-turret may go down soon. Deathcap is finished onto the Victor now. I do think getting to Soul Point is important. They do still hold a pretty sizable gold lead in this game. And Renekton will have Flash for the next fight. I think that's very important. Some gold will snap back here as we do get... Oh, wow. They really have objective bounties on right now, TVA.
Yeah.
So... The Caitlyn more than likely has Bloodthirster on the space. I'm pretty sure, yeah, Bloodthirster now done. That Caitlyn's going to be a big problem. Does have both sums now available. Will be a threat in these fights, but this game right now, you don't want to put pressure on anybody, but Comp kind of is the way this game goes. If a Comp gets a good engage, they can win these fights. If the Comp's not able to get to the Caitlyn, it is very hard to win these fights.
Absolutely. Well, speaking of pressure, let's remind the folks at home, this is match point right here. Winner go home for TVA, and SNC is just that close to victory. Sometimes it gets even harder to play when you're like, we're so close. We just need something to go right for us. Why do things keep not going our way? And that's kind of been the last couple of fights. But, I mean, let's be real. SNC is not actually bulking in the face of this. They've been down before. They've come back. They're feeling confident in themselves. I think it's TVA who are finding themselves in a position where, like, okay, we got to prove that we can win these games. Because they're aiming for a reverse sweep right now. If they win this game, they're looking to do it 2 more times. And that is a long road to walk.
Yeah, couldn't agree more with the point you're making, which... SNC is up 2-0 right now. They're in a position where they can say, we're playing a close game right now. We're confident. We've won 2 games. Even if this game goes south for SNC, they're going to feel confident in the series that the game they lost is an incredibly close game, right? Whereas TVA, it's backs against the wall right now. And you think probably in the back of your head is last game where you had the lead. You were on Soul Point. And one big team fight from SNC won the game, but I will say TVA does not look afraid to make plays in this game. They do not look afraid to pull the trigger on fights. I was like, oh my gosh, what's happening?
Don't worry, directed camera is back.
Yep. Stopwatch on Xerath, a big tool in this game. Oh my gosh, the Maokai sapling poke.
It hits. It hurts.
It does hurt. Victor is who I'm really circling in this game, though.
Yeah.
As the person to watch, because Victor is someone, even from range, can lay that ult down, can deal a lot of damage from safety, can force people out of the fight. It is on the death cap. Building towards that next item will deal a lot of damage.
Yes, indeed. Hollow, 3 levels up on explosive. That is...
Yeah, very strong.
But listen, at the end of the day, game goes on long enough, everyone's going to get to full build eventually.
Sure. There's only so many item slots. If there were no item slots, all the Doran's items would be the most broken items in the game. Yeah. You would just stack them infinitely.
What would this game look like? Even with an additional item slot, how controversial would that be? Adding one extra item slot?
I shudder to think. I shudder to think.
The discourse that would surround that, my God. Nice block by Turtle. I swear to God I saw Caitlyn Elk go through that Samira ability before.
It's not supposed to.
All right. Maybe it was, maybe the ability wasn't actually there. Maybe it came in late.
I don't know. I mean, I would
no one
believe
ever
you
will.
that I do believe you that happened.
Listen.
That seems like something that happened.
This game is goofy sometimes. Sometimes it's super serious, deadly serious. Other times, silly as hell.
All right, soul point here. This fight, if
Yes,
there
it
is
is.
a fight over it. I mean, it is
Ooh.
the weakest soul. I was just going to bring up there is
Yes.
always the potential of flipping this for the
Dude.
Baron. I don't think that's a bad choice.
They're doing it. They're doing it.
They're starting the Baron.
Although Wada Wada Way is
Renekton
the one
should
who's
spot
tanking.
this.
Hold on a second. I don't think Morgana can tank this, guys. Now.
Okay, Caitlyn into the pit now.
Okay, they're committing. Morgana may be in danger. Morgana's okay.
Be careful, Morgana.
All right, they're gonna get it, folks. The trade has happened. A deal has been struck.
Before.
We have seen this before.
Oh, there's gonna be the mid tower.
Although that is a
going
good
down
push.
during that also.
I bet they're not mad about that.
I will say.
Hollow's just saying, leave me. Gonna dash. Good flash over the wall. Ooh, Woofy's here. All right, never
mind. It is
mind.
flash for flash because
Boy.
it is the Xerath flash for this.
Yeah, and the ult as well.
Really,
Real.
right now, if you're TVA, you don't want to fight.
Oh, Turtle. Yep, gonna block that. Do we have a Scion ult? We do have a Scion ult.
fight.
Look at the angle, though. They don't realize they got the Xerath going over the wall right there. Do they have the damage to execute? Bwaha's gonna get taken down. Maokai's gonna get that kill. Woofy gonna be drowsy, but okay, now the plan's coming to play. A Compt, famous for their engages. Let's see if they can get it right there over the wall. That's massive. 3 members. Massive Hollow with the follow-up to Galson over the wall. The damage coming through, and it's just Zwada Way who's able to walk away. Teleporting into the base right there. Explosive trying to stop him, but 2 members teleport deep into the mid lane. They don't have the Baron, but I don't think they need it with this wave. Are they going to do it? Folks, we might have a series on our hand. It's just Wada Way here to defend. Can they clear the wave in time? That's a Nexus turret down. 1 left to go. TVA running triumphantly, pushing us to a game 4. The Nexus exposed. And there it is. 3 coming in hot. Holy shit. Still match point, but what a series.
A Compt, a can finally engage that ends up winning the game there. Beautiful job, and I love the turn. Now you've expressed those demons, right? You did it. You got the early lead, and you held on to it. You closed it out. Now it's 2-1. TVA with newfound confidence. What does this mean for the series?
I mean, I don't know, man. If you guys are... So here's the thing. And we talk about it every finals. Oh, hold on a second. We're just going to show... the graphs here, I mean, damage charts. Xerath way up there. If that last fight didn't go that way, who knows where this game would have scaled to?
Absolutely. Crazy game. Caitlyn, absolutely insane gameplay there. Trying to keep that game close. And the last fight, though, just that's how much one stray path can get you, right? Xerath pass a little bit too close to the Maokai. Renekton doesn't know they're on the other side of that wall. And just like that, it is a game. But there are 2 wins on the side of SNC.
Yes.
Wait, no.
Yes.
Yes, 2 wins on the side of SNC. So, you drop a game, but it was a competitive game where you still had a lot of pressure on the map. I feel like you're still feeling okay right now, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think this is one of those things where, okay, so first of all, congratulations to the people who bet on TVA. Here are your schmeckles.
Give me my money.
Completed the prediction. Enjoy. Okay, so best of 5. Oh, hold on. Let's just do it right. We got the draft link right here. Let's not hold these guys back. Not when there is momentum. Both teams. This is probably one of the situations where both teams are feeling pretty hot. Oh, another side switch. Side switch every single game.
Side switch. Are they testing us? Is this a test?
I think so. I think they are testing us.
Also, I can never look at the draft thing and not think of Ruffian because of Ruffian's Twitter profile picture being the painting with the sunglasses.
Oh, is it?
Yes. So every time I see it, I'm like, it's the Ruffian draft.
Beautiful.
Or at least it used to be. At some point, some profile picture for Ruffian was that. At some point.
Listen, we can...
Don't quote me on that.
We can name it after them.
Big shout out that game to Hollow. Even though a comp, amazing game, obviously MVP for a comp, Hollow really was the catalyst early for being that pressure top lane and not letting the Scion scale, right? Not letting Scion get to a point where he could stand there and tank the entire team. And now we've got a series, but for TVA, I mean, your backs are still against the wall. It's still win or go home.
Right, so this is the thing. It's best of 5 series. It's an absolutely wild format, and there is this beautiful story of reverse sweeps. And if you're down 2 games and you win one, I think that worm does start to grow a little bit in your mind. You say, okay, if you're, in the position of trying to pull off a reverse sweep, you're like, this has been done loads of times, right? It's a very known factor. We can definitely keep pushing it. But SNC has such a safety net built in, right? They've got to win 2 more games. That's a lot of games. We've seen how tense these games are. 2 more opportunities for SNC to win and walk away with the trophy. So both teams probably actually feeling pretty good right now.
Absolutely. We do see the Cassante picked again. We'll have to see what the answer is this time as Cassante gets through the bans. They don't want to allow the Vayne and Gwen through. We do see the Zac and the Rel locked in. We saw this played to great success in their semifinal matches. And honestly, the Rel last game, so impactful. I'm really happy to see that. Maokai was taken away. We will not see Maokai in this game. Zac can form a similar role, but doesn't have the saplings or that free R engage. But honestly, I think a lot of the same plan. Will we see a Kai'Sa for the first time in this series? But yeah, as you were saying, I agree. Both sides, it's a mental game a lot of times, right? And a lot of what, when you're up 2-0, but you give a game, when you're at that point, there is that bug kind of in your mind, that a little bit of, hey, reverse sweeps do happen. And also inside of TVA, a little bit of, yeah, we got a game now, but we're still backs against the wall. You still can't drop another game. You have to win out from here if you want to win finals, but you've taken the first step, right? And you are now 1 game. Ooh, a Kayn.
Hello.
You do get a Kayn. Will Xerath give? Are we gonna get the Kayn Xerath combo?
I'm gonna run and use the little caster's room. I'll be right back.
Have at it. I love that we started using the little caster's room also. We do have the Samira hovered. Samira, much better lane into Kai'Sa than it was into the Caitlyn. And was played to great effect in game 1, right? Does a great job with Zac and Rel. Has a lot of ability to extend those engages. It will be locked in now. The question is, what do they pinch? I imagine we're going to see some mid lane bans here from the side of TVA, trying to pinch down that pool. They've had good matchups. We'll see what they do. No Poppy pick. Yeah. Honestly, Poppy could have been good here, but if they're confident on the Kayn, I understand. Will be the Veigar hovered here. Will it be banned? It will. Orianna removed on the other side, but we did see the Victor played to great effect last game. Oh, opting into maybe the Rumble, but Rumble ban is taking out Rumble. Very powerful top laner. Has a good matchup into a lot of melee top laners. Seraphine removed from the bot lane. Not going to give that range against. And Orianna is pinched out here, but that does mean that the Victor is available. Still something that could be picked there. I would like to see TVA again lean towards something that they can gank for, snowball in that top lane and get ahead. And the Jax is locked in. Jax definitely a champion that can take over the side lanes when given resources here and gives them a little bit of scaling, right? Gives them a little bit of that late game side lane that could be the Morgana hovered again. See if they want to opt into that. SNC did lose the game on it, but may just feel comfortable wanting to have that black shield for their carries in this game against the Rel and Zac. Even the Jax there. Soraka is locked in. Soraka can be extremely annoying into Samira. Does have the silence that can't be blocked by the W. Does have the ability to heal through a lot of the early Samira damage. And right now there's not a lot of initial burst that would hurt this rocket. Looks like they are going to opt back into the Karma mid. A little bit surprised to see them not go for more CC setup for the Kai'Sa. Right now, there's not a lot of point-and-click CC that you can pair with.
All right. What have we got here?
Deer, I'm pretty sure that's just the plan. I mean, Soraka can silence Samira out of her ult, and you can heal. Since Samira ult isn't like a ton of burst, it's like sustained damage. You can Soraka ult the Samira ult and live through a lot of it. The worry I have when you pick Soraka with Kai'Sa is there's not a lot of setup for Kai'Sa's plasma right now. Sion could be good. Let's see where that ends up going. Gragas.
Ooh.
Oh, Cass.
Oh.
Do love Cass here. Great backline damage champion. Scales very well. And we've seen TVA now in most of these games play these like control mages that scale very well. We've seen the Ori, we've seen the Victor, we've seen the Cassiopeia. All played pretty well. So I do like this. It gives them, they have a lot of upfront CC, and I gotta say, TVA's comp right now, very well thought out. Yeah, Great Snake versus the Great Snake. Honestly, Little Deer Lilia should be a caster. Some of these are so good.
Dude, honestly, you're probably right.
I mean, maybe at the very least a writer, a script writer.
I'd love to listen. We've got a lot of room in the writing room. Let's be clear. Let's also be clear that the voting is live. Predictions. Listen, you've got a chance. You've got a chance here. Maybe we are going to 5 games. Who knows? This is game number 4. I'm not crazy. I really second guessed myself because of the bottles. I saw 2 bottles lit up, and I was like, oh, so it's only been 2 games.
2 of 2 bottles.
Yeah, listen, I goofed myself. It happens.
2 of 2 bottles. No, I honestly, now that you've explained it,
it makes sense.
I'm on board for it. Yeah, it makes sense to me.
Okay, all right. Listen, I'm glad we're on the same page with it. It all comes back to the bottles.
It's all about the bottles, man.
It's all about the bottles. All right, game 4, man. I mean, still on match point, as you said. Luffy says, hey, LeChance, can you stop Nocturne ulting the stream for VOD? Absolutely impossible. Unfortunately.
That's where you put the brakes. You know, when you're like, okay, the next part starts right here.
Yeah.
Sure, I mean, maybe.
Yeah, it's a spectator bug. There ain't nothing we can do about it. It forces the window to minimize. I don't know why. It boots me out of the game.
All the way to the wall.
All the way to the wall. Hydro Bomb, I don't know why you can't vote. I'm really sorry. Mod, if there's a way to help them with that, awesome. If not, I don't know. Hopefully we can help you, though, as that is our firmest wish. Now,
go ahead.
I gotta say thank you to being the newest investors. We've got 2 new investors that we're welcoming on into the board meetings. We've got Infernal Griffin, and we've got Hey, It's Ray 55-6. Thank you both for the follows. Welcome to the Low Budget LCS. We are so happy to have you. I hope you've got comfortable seats. Of course, you're in the VIP seating, as you all are. There's only one level of seating at the Low Budget LCS. It is VIP.
There's only VIP seats.
Only VIP seats, and they recline all the way, if you know what I mean.
Yes, absolutely. I recently, maybe last year, revisited my hometown theater, and I did not know this is like a weird take. So I live in New York, so I mean, I love living in New York, but the theaters here, they get heavily used.
Yes.
And so there's not like a lot of nice spread out seating and like big seats and stuff like that. Try and get as many people in there as they can, right? But my hometown theater had redone into reclining like leather seats that are spread out. There's even couches in certain areas.
Oh, that's nice.
Where you could sit together with someone. And I was like, this is crazy. This is so nice. And yeah, that's all I got. Speaking of being comfortable, SNC up 2-1 in this series. Was it match point last game? Will be a match point, obviously, again this game. What do you think the mental's like when you're a team that's on match point, right there at, crowning yourself a title, and you drop a game?
Yeah, I mean, I think it comes down to why you dropped the game, right? Or at least why they're telling themselves that game was dropped. And, sometimes, in the locker room, teams are talking to each other and they say, listen, we beat these guys 9 times out of 10. That was the 10%. Let's go out there. Let's get ourselves a trophy. Or sometimes you're like, hey, we made a lot of sloppy mistakes. We're going into game 4 and best of 5s. That's a marathon. And when you're down in the series, sometimes it's your best bet to drag the team in the lead down to your depth. Say, hey, we're going to get exhausted together, but we're going to keep on pushing through. You had the thrill of victory right in front of you, and we're going to keep that just out of reach. And the longer it's just out of reach, the less attainable it seems. Those could be the mental games being played out. Or they're all watching fucking TikToks and hanging out. Who can say? One of those two things is happening, though, for sure.
Absolutely. And I will ask you, just
Please.
because, as the athletes that we are also casting,
Yes.
How are you doing going into your 4th game of this series as a play-by-play caller?
Well, I'd say physically, I'm fatigued. I sweat about 4 pounds of water weight every single time. Of course, we both cast on treadmills running at a full tilt. Both Vega and I maintain a speed of about 9 miles per hour. While we cast, we find it's the only way to truly feel alive. And that's what we're going for. No, but in reality, I woke up at 5:30 a.m. this morning. It was a long day for me. And baby, I'm here for it. I knew this was going to be a long day for me, and I've been looking forward to it all week because this is what it's about. And am I going to trip up on some words, maybe mispronounce some things, maybe lose my train of thought? Yeah, man. This is the low-budget LCS. This is what we were made to do.
Absolutely. I have to say that it's times like this in a 5-game series that I really appreciate that you're doing the play-by-play. Especially in a series like this where it's so bloody. It's nice to just talk about what items people have built. I do have a call from the chat asking me to put on the DILF shorts. I'll tell you this.
The DILF shorts are so good. I'm not going to lie. They're pretty fantastic.
If TVA wins this game, I will put the shorts on for Game 5.
Oh my God.
That will be some extra motivation for TVA there if they want that to happen. Vega, what team are you coaching, by the way? I can't announce my plans yet for next season.
Oh, do you have a contract signed, though?
I do have an offer to do something.
Wow.
I'm kind of working on it behind the scenes.
Wow, some big LBLCS moves, huh?
Yeah. So, coach us. DM me on Discord. We'll see what can happen.
He's fielding offers now.
Fielding offers right now.
But you better read his rider, because he's put some weird things in there that if you don't pay attention to them, he knows that you didn't read the rider. So, it's important.
I have a lot of weird, requirements.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I'm fielding offers. We'll see. It's a long off season. Worlds isn't even over yet. The season's not even over yet, and for me right now, casting does come first. So for anybody offering, just know casting always comes first. My only real contract is with LeChance as a casting duo.
Oh my God. Listen, LBLCS is signing us up for another season. We've got our contract renewed.
I'm already ready. You signed me for 10 years. I'm ready to go. 10 seasons of LBLCS.
That's the kind of contracts we offer. It's only 10 season long contracts.
Yeah. So I've got 8 seasons left after this one.
Right. Yep.
And then I'm open to offers, maybe. If they don't re-sign me in the last year of my contract.
Right. It's really going to come down to that. Of course, the LBLCS, when they signed me, they signed one of those. Oops, I fucked that up. Hey, we got to pause. Just a
little pausey-wazy to start the game.
When the LBLCS signed me, they signed one of those contracts that you sort of only see around, like, am I pressing all the wrong buttons? You got to imagine I am. Hold on a second. No, that's wrong. Okay, let's do this the right way. We got time. Hold on. What am I doing? Boy. Okay, this is happening.
You got it.
Okay.
You've done great work.
Thank you. When the LBLCS signed me, they signed one of those, like, contracts that you kind of see for, like, really old parcels of land, for, for like 1,001 years, that like kind of thing.
The Louisiana Purchase.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly like the Louisiana Purchase. Napoleon was previously in charge of me, but he needed some money, so LBLCS picked me up on the cheap.
I have one of those, like, Scottie Pippen contracts where I signed, like, a 10-year deal before we blew up.
Nice.
And then immediately after, everyone signed their 1- and 2-year deals where they're making a bunch of money, and I'm stuck on my 10-year deal.
Right.
Kidding, obviously. We're paid in schmeckles. That's how I'm able to bet every game.
We are paid in schmeckles, but I do like this bit, and I would like everyone for Season 12 to please write fake contracts for your players, because I want people to make up all sorts of dumb, silly things that they demanded in their contract. So,
I want to have a buyout. Like, it's one LeBlanc skin for you to get one of my players.
That's awesome.
What's the LBLCS trade market?
Dude, we've talked. All right, this is the thing that we can't pull off. We have a lot. First of all, I love what's going on here. We have a lot of ideas that we can't really pull off, but one of them that, maybe in the... Oh, look at those pings. They see him. Maybe in the 15th season we'll be able to pull this off, but we love the idea of franchise organizations playing in sort of like a European soccer-style league where you can, like, move up and down in between the leagues, so organizations are flowing, in between the leagues. But obviously...
I'll buy a slot.
Dude, it would be so much fun. But it's a lot of attention, and we understand that real life comes first,
You know what would be cool?
Please,
it's like a 10-team, just like a group stage into bracket-style tournament that lasted like 2 weeks or something.
Ooh.
Of like...
I do like that.
Like play 2-3 games in a week for seeding, and then you're seeded into a bracket. Or like a weekend tournament. But you have like... of kind of a fantasy draft where the pool is like 100 players, and then you assign like a manager to each team who does the draft of their team.
I like that a lot.
Do like a charity prize, and each team has a charity that they're representing.
Oh, that's a really good idea. Yeah, because we do charity streams, but we usually keep them to like a day. And we do one after every season, so we'll be talking about that.
Be there, guys.
Yeah, be there. They're always fun. Donate to some good causes.
Oh, it is the Scion top again. For some reason I was thinking it was going to be Scion mid, but Waha is opting it. This is a big change for Waha, who has played pretty much a large range throughout this series.
Yeah, what do we think about this Cassante versus Cassiopeia matchup? I'm not really familiar with this. I'm not sure if you are. Ooh.
That is about how I imagine it goes.
Yeah.
Later on, early stages, anytime you play a melee into range matchup, you are going to get harassed. You're going to get beat up a little bit in the lane. That is normal. I do think Cassante later in the game can be a huge threat in comps like this, able to remove the Samira from the fight. They don't have a lot of projectiles in their comp for Samira to block. There's a lot of risk of, if Samira dashes into a Scion Cassante, there's a lot of ability for them to just blow you up. But the Cassiopeia, and this is kind of the advantage of being a red side team, right, is that you get to pick the Cass, and you get to say, okay, even if, Cassante's mid, he's a champion that dashes around a lot. You lay down the miasma. It's very hard to dash around in that. And top lane again, Hollow getting a good trade there.
Woofy has a pretty mean Zac, if I'm remembering correctly.
Did play it very well in the semifinals. Massive impact in that game. We'll see what they opt to do here. Both jungles kind of on opposite paths right now.
I really like Great Snake on Kayn, though. Like, in terms of, like, weird junglers, like, potential weird jungle paths, I like the Kayn versus the Zac, right? I think it gives both teams equal opportunity for weird-ass shit.
I agree, and I think...
Speaking of, Great Snake coming over the wall right here. GGG Turtle's going to be the target of it, but a comp dashing backwards, getting that stun off. Massive. Both of them make it out alive.
Yeah, good damage there, able to come through the wall. Good job by GG Turtle, though, dashing through, being able to get away. It's more trading in this top lane, but Sion just wants to weather the storm, and right now should be able to do that on the mid lane.
17 seconds till this first dragon comes up. We've seen so much objective play in this series, and that might seem obvious, but you know, every teams have their trademarks, right? Some teams really highly prioritize these things. Some are like, hey, we're just gonna slaughter our way to the finish line. There it is, Woofy jumping in, big old piece of bubble gum, knocking Bwaha back. But Bwaha's got some nunchucks. Those are not nunchucks. Don't listen to me, folks. Gonna get some damage. There we go, the engage right here. The Rel's gonna go in. A comp knows what he's doing on this Rel. Jamumu gonna take a lot of damage, cleansing that ignite as well. Ho-ho, great flash and W. Forces Turtle back. What an exchange down here in the bot lane.
Yeah, 3 summoners for 1, though. Good trade there by TVA. They just used the Ignite. They're able to get 3 summoners off the other side. They do have the heal on the Soraka. It does help prolong that. And since Soraka's full health, it means before too long, so will be the Kai'Sa.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Waddle, waddle, waddle away. Doesn't have a lot of mana, but...
We do have Zac here, and there's no flash on the Kai'Sa or Cleanse.
Oh, a comp looking for an angle. That's going to be a flash forward. The stun, they're going to get some CC, but where's the follow-up? They need some time. There's the charge. There it is, a one last flash away. 400 gold and first blood going over, but Xiaomumu gets taken down. That's a 1-for-1 for first blood, though.
Yeah, that's massive. I mean, Kai'Sa getting that first blood is huge. That means Kai'Sa... Obviously, oh, Great Snake right here. Uwufi maybe in a little bit of trouble. I don't know what Uwufi's going to be able to do about this. There it is, the charge up. Love that auto attack. Going a long way just to give Luffy a pat on the back here. Absolutely, really good job there by the Kai'Sa getting that first blood gold, especially since you already had a CS lead. They're not even really able to punish the wave there, and Zac invests time bot lane, right? You do get a kill back on a Samira, which is important. We see top lane here. Explosive looks to be ahead here, but that's because Explosive is already based. Gotten that TP back off the lane, so full health off that. Hollow will probably look to base pretty soon and do the same with their own TP.
Yeah, almost
mid lane,
certainly.
Waha, very good job farming. It's going to be a fight here.
Yes, but a comp's here as well. Galson stopping them in their tracks, and that is Cassiopeia picking up the kill. Really well played from Galson, not blinking at all.
A taunt on the Rel. So good. Beautiful roam timing there. Able to punish. And no TP on the Cassante here means that the Kayn will have to catch that mid wave. We got a little bit extra farm onto the Kayn there. It's never a terrible thing, but it does mean Cass gets a pretty favorable base.
Dude, a comp on fire with these engages. GGG Turtle knows the signals, dives in. Wada 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 away, getting flashed on. Turtle getting that kill, dashing out. Comp just sees these angles.
Yeah, if I'm coaching SNC after this game, I'm saying you gotta get a Comp off of this Rel. Comp looks right at home on this pick, just constant, beautiful engages. 2-0 onto the Samir there. They do invest the flash to get that kill, but I'm sure they're totally fine with that. Seems like it will be a first dragon over to the side of TVA. Also, as despite that happening, gold's still even. Thanks to the farm lead and the coal there.
Hollow going in, gonna get that stun. Waha.
Again in the mid lane.
Wow, and a comp is here absolutely once again. There's the stun. There's some more follow-up. Galson, I'm getting some damage off, but Cassante's meaty. They're gonna get out of there.
Pretty beefy guy, but you almost like the threat too. It makes it so dangerous anytime Waha wants to go aggressive in this lane. With how much you've seen a comp in the mid lane already, you always have to have that in the back of your mind, right? Is the Rel here? Is there someone lurking, protecting this Cass? And Cass just scale extremely well, so I like their push to mid lane, trying to make sure that the Cass keeps the favorable matchup, is able to scale in this game. Right now, gold is close, thanks to the farm lead and bot lane, but you have to feel good as TVA early on. how some of these lanes are going.
3 E's. Verk pointing out the CS difference in the bot lane, but also a kill lead for Turtle. We saw this last game too, right? Samira gets iced out of a lot of CS, but ends up showing up pretty hot and heavy in the team fighting department.
Yep, it's about a 500 gold lead right now onto the Kai'Sa, which is really the place that I do believe we'll see SNC try to play around, right? SNC, that really is their pressure point. The other 2 lanes, playing tanks, playing lanes that are largely not going to be prio, and good trading again from Hollow in the top lane here. No TP on the Scion, so wants to hold out, right? Doesn't want to be forced to base right now, but this is going to be what I believe will be a 6th Rift Herald going the way of TVA in this series.
Yes, indeed. They have been all over that objective, been using it to great effect, and, you know, gold is tied up right now. Even though they're up kills, they're only up about 100, maybe 150 gold. That's a Scion ult. Okay, just taking the taxi back to lane. Totally understandable. So something like Rift Herald can break the game open.
Absolutely, and that's something where, especially if you have one of these lanes, especially with how much aggression... Oh
I'm sorry!
Soraka ult
Calcin?
there.
What's up? Oh, great snake. Right about to pull a fun little prank right there.
Oh, but I didn't get to see it. It is smited.
Yeah,
away.
he got it. He got it. He knew what he was doing.
Soraka ult comes in clutch there, though. Saves Baja's life. They do try to force the engage. They're not quite able to get it. Ooh.
Cheeky move. Cheeky move there from Cassante.
Always got to be careful with Cassante for that exact thing. His ability to pull you into the tower. Right now, there's already a plate down mid lane. It is pre-formed Kayn, so you do have to be very careful.
Oh, going on to the Soraka. They've got their target. They know exactly what they want. A flash away from Zwarawataway, and here we go. The Great Snake coming in. Cassiopeia ult not going to connect, but look at that. Uwufi taken far out of the fight as Bwaha trying to clean this up, but does he have the damage to kill the passive? It's certainly looking pretty good. Yes, there it is. Bwaha gets a kill, gets on the board. Really nice play.
Good punish. Great punish there of that. They're able to make the play onto the Zac there as they're trying to crash that Rift Herald. So getting some gold back onto the Cassante. Much needed. And low mana here for the cast. Wants to get this wave in. Good damage,
if they had more mana, that would be a kill. Look at this angle. The Hex flash right into it, but they know the Soraka is the target. But GGG Turtle gets stunned. Actually requires them to pull back. And folks, you are seeing in motion the way you got to handle a Soraka lane, right? You got to take down the Soraka first, and that's why they choose to target Zwarawataway every single time.
Yeah, and again, a positive summoner trade there. All it takes is a WQ from the Rel, and they get the cleanse and the heal out of the bot lane of SNC right now, but farm lead continues for Kai'Sa. I mean, even if the Sums are getting one, if Kai'Sa's not dying, you know, if it doesn't amount to something, Zac is here.
He's the one they don't see. Yes, absolutely. Wataway is the one who's going to get knocked up and taken out. GGG Turtle picking up that kill 3-0-0. Turtle looking pretty dangerous right here, but now in the front line as Snake comes over the wall, but he's got some CC to follow up. Nice, goes into a comp instead of Turtle, but look at this. A comp so good on this Rel. Oh, slapping them together. Xiao Wu definitely the target for Uwu, but there it is, a teleport and a Soraka heal. This is trouble for TVA as the response. Oh, they're up. Very nice body block by Uwufi. They're trying to get backwards, but Uwufi is going to fall in the end. But I think that was a pretty good save, all things considered.
Yeah, Dragon spawning right now. Perfect timing for that play to play out. The question is, what does Jax get in response, right? What can Cass and Jax get in response to that? Will they be able to get enough in the top and mid lane there as far as plates go? Jax did get a couple plates in top lane. That is going to be a big deal. Cass also only one plate left in this mid lane right now. Gotta be careful, though.
A little bit of a fight. That's going to be Cassante being grounded right there. Galson doing their best, but there it is. The ult being dropped as well. Cassiopeia's got to be very careful in this fight to try to flash away, but not able to do it. But Hollow shows up. One more auto's going to do it, and a mutual kill at the last second. Sorry, Hollow's going to be the one to kill Bwaha. Extremely close there.
Absolutely close. Jax gets the TP in for the save there. Good job, though, by Bwaha finishing up that kill. It is going to mean another plate onto the Jax in this mid lane. Gets the tower, actually, with the Demolish proc. That's a lot of gold over to that Jax, and the gold lead has finally swung TVA's way.
Also, Less Force, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub, and they say, why'd they show up 3 hours into the stream? I feel like that's a trick or a trap, but who knows? Less Force, either way, you know we love you. We were talking about how great you were earlier. Also,
Less Force.
The Dove deodorant. Official. I'm not checking this at all, but I can only assume that it's the official channel. This fight goes out to Dove. Auto's coming through from Hollow.
It is Dove.
They say, oh my god, Vega casting. The Great Snake.
He's being sarcastic.
Coming over. Hollow, nice escape here. Sorry, the Great Snake. Did I say Great Escape? Who can tell? Uwufi in a lot of trouble.
Oh
Xiaomu getting some autos off. That passive is so powerful.
And Kaisa very farmed here. Does have the board finish. Does a lot of damage to tanks right now. Kaisa will be the avenue early in this game for pressure as Hollow looking to trade a little bit here. Is the red cane. I'm really happy to see that. Does give a lot more setup for the Kaisa. We'll be able to apply those stacks. This is just Jax is low on mana right now, and Zach is on the bot side of the map, so a dangerous part to be in.
Yes, indeed. Cassante taking a walk.
I think saw Cass roaming top and kind of roam to cover that. They are going to put Cass in the top lane right now, it looks like, just to make sure that tower does not go down. But that will mean Cassante returning to the mid lane. And Kane, I believe, stealing the red away here, which is pretty nice.
Very nice play from them. Dove Dodoran says that they sponsor Vega, and Rose has assumed correctly that the LBLCS is brought to you by Old Spy. Oh, look at this engage right here, right onto. Gonna be Wadaway who's gonna drop their ult, but will get taken out in the end. That fight brought to you by Old Spice. Hollow just gonna be clearing out mid, and bot tower probably not gonna fall right here, but they are gonna get some damage on it.
Yeah, good pressure, good play by TVA, also attacking the Soraka. Definitely something I've had to teach a lot of different players over the years is attack the Soraka a lot of times, not the AD carry, because attack the AD carry, Soraka's just going to heal him. So good job by TVA recognizing that, attacking the Soraka who doesn't have a dash, doesn't have a way to get out of that fight. And now, more gold onto the Samira, who is 4-0. There is a CS lead, but 4 kills onto Samira helps mitigate a lot of that gold lead. We do have a dragon in a minute and a half, and teams will be reaching those big item power spikes that they'll look for in the fight. We do have a play perhaps top.
Yes, indeed. Explosive is grounded, but he's trying to find an angle. There it is. Uwufi, though, also potentially caught. But no, great escapes on either side. Hollow now walking forward. They want a front to back fight. Explosive is over the wall here, but he's not going to take the blast cone, and there it is. Lots of knockouts. That's a massive Cassiopeia, all getting 2 targets. I believe the Great Snake is going to go down here. Yes, indeed. And now Bwaha looking quite low, but so too is Hollow. Hollow now turning onto Explosive. Bwaha still low here. Going to dash dive in. Oh, Hollow going to get taken down in the end, and now Explosive is back with the passive, and he's going to do some work. Maybe get a Woofy who heals up a little bit, but thought Wadaway was going to get involved there, but they did not in the end. That was a good skirmish for TVA.
Very good. These scaling carries of Cass and Jax getting more gold on the map here. And in those little skirmishes like that, it's tough for Sion and Cassante, right? They're not the damage dealers in their comp. Cassante can do some in those, but ultimately you don't have the damage there. Cass able to do a lot. Jax is able to invulnerate a lot of the auto attack damage there. They're able to chase down and win that fight. Those are the fights you really want to have Kaisa be a part of, right? And they don't have it there, lacking a little bit of that burst. But now, decent gold lead early on here for TVA, about 2k with the dragon spawning. I expect us to see a big fight around this. Cass is pathing top and does have the teleport available.
Yes, indeed. 10 seconds till this dragon. Looks like SNC starting to move forces into that area. Hollow looking to skirmish a little bit. Jax doing some ding-dong-ding damage. A Compt here. God, anywhere a Compt is where you want to be careful. Nice Rift Herald drop.
Love this play.
Yep, the wave pushing in at the right time as well. Is SNC cornered right here? Hollow's going to go in, get a little bit of CC, but now Casante's going to turn. Knocks up 2 members of Comp, though, looking like they're in a lot of trouble. That's going to be the main engage if a Comp gets taken down. But now Woofy's going to go in, knock up 2 people right here. A Comp actually in the backline. GGG going to be, ulted onto by the Scion, but Hollow diving deep into the backline as well as Casante dives in onto Galson. Galson doing their best to get out of there. Casante now in the middle of it, but there it is, the ult from Certain. Oh my god, so many low health bars, but no one dying just yet. Hollow's going to go down just next. No, sorry, it's the blue health bars that are following, and Wada is next, potentially. Can they get out? Yes, they will walk out. Dragon's gonna get started up with such low health bars. Oh, Wada. Oh, Wada way. Do we got a Wada way?
What a way to die.
Fuck, that was good. Fuck, that was good, Vega. God damn it.
What a way to die. Samira picks up that kill to end the fight, and that fight looked so close. Kane, actually, Greysnake does an excellent job. Buffers the Kane W to interrupt the engage on Rel, and it looks like they're going to get a free pick. But Zach does such a good job interrupting the fight, and Cassiopeia just plays the outside of the fight so well, right? Jax gets into the backline, forces this Kai'Sa to fight them, and while all that's going on, Cass is just ripping through the front line, and once the front line's gone, Samira is able to dash through, cut through the rest of the carries, and just like that, a sizable gold lead for TVA right now, and a 2-1 Dragon lead.
This is the first time we've seen a lead like this early in a game. This has not been the story of the last 3 games at 20 minutes. It has always been extremely close. Curious to see how this plays out. We just straight up haven't seen this situation before.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of building confidence for TVA throughout this series, right? The first game, pretty heavily in favor of SNC. The second game close, but SNC gets it. The third game, very close. TVA edges it out. And this game, TVA in a more commanding spot than we've seen them the entire series.
Absolutely. SNC, though, always someone or a team you want to be scared of. Waha getting healed up by Wadaway.
Do wonder what the late game will look like with these comps. The Soraka obviously is something you can attack, but in the late game, in some of these team fights, can be something incredibly annoying. Lots of healing. They have a lot of sustain in this comp. I mean, the Red Cane, you have the Soraka. There's a lot of, if you don't burst out. I do think, though, Cass is a great pick into this comp, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of sustain damage in it. It's hard to out-heal the Cass's damage in the late game. The Roa almost done now. Working on that third item. Same thing, the IE finished now onto the Samira, who has taken over the gold lead now from Kai'Sa. As Waha is walking.
Tries to interrupt that back. Auto does not go through in time. Honestly, probably pretty lucky that he didn't interrupt it.
Yeah, I was kind of worried for Waha there. I was like, oh, if they turn this, that could be not good. But ends up we just handshake and kind of move on. It's a 4K gold lead right now, but we've seen games with 4K gold leads go the other way already in this series. SNC, a very good team, very good in the later stages of a game. Should be able to play around some of that team fighting prowess. And their ADC extremely strong right now. Kai'Sa is on the 2 items.
No boots.
No boots.
Don't need them.
Who needs
These feet were made for walking. Don't need shoots. The Cassiopeia going up into that top lane. Might run into the Scion there. I saw in chat someone postulating that was the matchup they were trying to avoid. Probably just for the laning phase. Probably fine now to one degree or another. Love that Hollow's hiding in the bush, biding their time. And God, just look at a comp. A comp on Rel, obviously MVP of Game 3 there. Massive and pinging to call allies over. They say, I haven't been spotted. Nobody's walked by yet, but if somebody walks by, I want you to be here to destroy them. Ooh, look at Cassante removing them from the tower, but Uwufi's here as well, and so is Xiaomumu and Wadaway, a 3v2 right here. That's a nice ult being used to keep them nice and healthy. Uwufi is going to get taken down probably, right? Yeah, there it is. Passive going to be popped. Sion with the long ult. Another teleport coming in. Compt is here too. Samira's not going to show up for another minute, but Uwufi's passive does actually go off. There it is. That's the Sion ult. They're going to try and go on to Xiaomumu into the back line, and here it is. Turtle is actually here, goes over the wall trying to find a target, but are they going to be able to get there? They don't have boots. They're actually a little bit too slow. Turtle's ulting, but it's not going to do anything. They do get taken down, and Kalsin is not able to destroy Blaha. The health bars are too thick, and Vega, just like that, the gold leads are very close to even once again.
SNC, a massive play, and Baron is on the map and available. I don't know if they're going to go for it. Looks like they are moving that way right now. That's the power of sustain in this comp, right? If it's not a 5v5 where you're blowing these champions up, Soraka does so much work in that fight. And now Baron available. Jax will be up and Zac is spawning, but they do this incredibly fast. It is a fork on the Kai'Sa. Will shred through this Baron. I don't know if there's enough time for anyone to get here and stop this.
Compt is thinking about going in. It kind of looks like Hollow is here, but no, it's just going to be the Baron getting taken. Yes, TVA is going to turn towards Dragon. It's likely they're going to be able to pick this up. But Vega, we've kind of seen this in game 2 when they had a very commanding lead at one point in the game. It was a fight like that where it was a little awkward and disjointed. It was something where it was ones and twos fighting, and then more people would show up and commit to it, and it just wasn't necessary. Sorry,
well, gotta be careful here.
Blaha maybe getting caught. Maybe he's just buying time for the rest of his team. That's going to be one pick. Hold on a second. Charges up from across the line, and blue team steals it. The Great Snake steals the Mountain Drake. Hollow tries to follow up, but that's a massive, massive, massive steal for SNC.
Also, a very good pun right there. Great Snake steals the Drake. Well, not a pun, but just great alliteration.
Yeah. We're just connecting the ends of words here.
We're in peak form right now.
Yeah, truly.
4 games into this series, but that's an amazing steal. It looked like for a second that might have been disaster as Blaha gets picked ahead of the Dragon, but Kane is so hard to keep out of the pit. He's able just to walk through the wall, get the smite, and walk right back out, and just like that, and Gold pretty much dead even in this game right now.
Dude, yeah, back to another nail biter, and SNC probably feeling pretty confident again. We're going to find ourselves in the 2v1. See, Dr. Explosive, MD, going to flash away, drop that ult. Get himself out of there, wants to preserve everything he's got. That Baron buff is pretty important right now.
The real question in this game is Cass going to build a mythic item.
Ooh, it's a good question. Compt.
Gotta be careful here, Compt.
Yeah, may have gone too deep. Let's see. The CC does land. Compt's going to drop the ult, but Turtle knows they can't go in. That's just going to be a pickup. We've got basic boots onto Turtle now. That's something. Ooh, Blaha. Taking some
zoning.
Ooh, some kiting back and forth. Is that 4 turret shots? Cassante still feeling fine.
Just a little zoning here. Soraka should be here to tip that, but Soraka actually is kind of low here. Got to be careful with that.
Yeah.
Even though a comp is not here, there are still a lot of tools
Rest
for
of the
gameplay
team is look
here.
at Uwufi on the side. He's going to go for it. It is going to connect onto the Kane, but there are some knockups in return, and Hollow's going to dive onto the backline right there as Cassante tries to isolate. But there it is. The Kai'Sa's gone. That's a lot of the damage, but Snake doing so much to Turtle. Turtle has to flash away a smite. That's the old Turtle gone for sure. Samira out of this fight as they turn back onto this Cassante. Great Snake deciding to come back, try and help this one, trying to eliminate Galson. Trying to isolate and eliminate as a teleport comes through. This is a timer. Hollow's got to clean some people up. There it is. He's the damage of Woofy. Tanky. Oh, but Great Snake walks right back into the queue. Hollow doing a lot of work. Ooh, Woofy's not done either. He's going to dive back in. Gelson, a Compt with the engage too. I saw the Cassante knock up. Lots of status effects here. I believe that was actually a Scion ult there. Even more damage. There it is. The Scion goes down in the end, and it is a full ace for TVA.
Really good fight there. Even though both AD carries go down low, the Cass does not die. And notably, Cass is a primary damage dealer in this comp. When it's just the Sion and Cassante left outside of the ult, there's just not enough damage to beat through. And they're able to focus out Soraka in the middle of the fight. They notice the fight's not going their way. Jax turns their attention to the Soraka, removes her from the fight. That sustain is then gone, and there's no Kaisa to force. Gonna be able to pressure this tower.
Oh, dangerous from Uwufi. You gotta put some respect on Xiaomumu's name here. They can really eat through pretty much everybody right now.
Yes, and notably, I know what happened earlier, and I missed in chat, but Turtle has boots now.
Yes.
Huge power spike. Not tier 2 boots yet, but does have boots. It's
No,
a little bit faster.
Regular, leather boots made from the cobbler.
Just brown bagging it. That's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, you gotta get around somehow,
Yep. Kaisa has 3 items now. Very strong at a big power point in the game. Big power. Oh, Jax on the Zonias already also.
Yeah.
That is going to be extremely helpful in the back line now.
Yes. Yeah, Jax, Hollow did so much in that fight, right? Jax surviving for an inordinate amount of time, fighting on 3 different fronts, and honestly, Hollow just, kind of playing as a little bit of a babysitter, like, oh, I gotta clean up over here, I gotta clean up this mess here, gotta jump. Great Snake almost made a great escape, turned the corner, Hollow's right there, just Q's onto him, they had like 100 health left, there was no way they were getting out of that.
Hollow quietly having a very good series right now, and the gold lead is back to around 2,000. Not a huge lead, especially at this point in the game. I think right now it's all down to execution. But this is a pivotal third Drake. Someone going to Soul Point here.
Yeah,
that's so close to that death cap.
Turtle walking away. Got those boots of swiftness. They no longer can they exist at a slower speed. They know they're gonna be dove. And they're gonna need to get out of there.
Yeah, no twins right now in the Kaisa, but does have flash.
Yes, indeed. Everybody getting together. Teleport used. Hold on, Turtle's going to be the target. Waha, there's the ult from Turtle. Turtle's living for right now, but Xiaomumu's going to come in. Kaisa's going to get that kill, but Cassante dies in return. A flash over the wall from Kaisa. There's the E. She's got the speed up right there, but now we've got 2 different fights happening. Great Snake, and then this other front. Wada going quite low, but it doesn't matter. That's the Soraka. That's what they're there for, and Xiaomumu still alive, notably. Great Snake looking pretty low, but Galson here too. That poison ticking and a tapping down. Dr. Explosive, so healthy, still over the wall. Hollow goes. Little Mother trying to clean up the messes of the teamfight of comp over the wall as well. Let's see. But Zhao Wu still here. God, I'm going to say the name different every single time, but Galson showing up. They're going to land the Qs, but Great Snake looking on the back end as Uwufi dives as well. 2 different dives happening once again. Jiawoo survives the dive, and now the damage, is it there? Galson dropping the ult as well. We've got Uwufi respawning in the end, but these auto attacks coming from Kaisa, who's just survived so long. Carries were not meant to live this long, and this is what happens when they do. Full health Kaisa, and a teleport in from Cassante, trying to find the angle right here. Galson on the run, but you're going to get knocked up by that Scion ult as Hollow, thinking about going back in, decides better of it, jumps to Turtle, and even though Galson's living for a long time, that is going to be the cleanup. What a long team fight, and what was it for?
Yeah, Bwaha, amazing fight there. Even though they die early in the fight, they managed to get the Samira completely removed from the fight, and she ends up getting picked off by the Kaisa going in, and once Samira's dead, it's really a 1 damage comp because Jax is desperately trying to get to that Kaisa. Great peel, and Soraka shows their worth in that fight. Why you picked the Soraka. When the fight disengages, Soraka's able to get her entire team back to full health. And then when the fight re-engages, they just don't have enough to cut through the front line just yet. Tier 2 boots are finished on Samira now. Massive power spike.
Yes, indeed. God, Baron potentially being threatened. You see the little fountain of one damage coming out of the Scuttle Crab right there?
Yes.
That's fantastic. Ah, the fun little
quirks. How much gold does
let's
Cass
toggle
have
over
right now? Oh, Cass opts to buy the healing cut instead of finishing the death cap.
Ooh, interesting. Interesting. They felt like it needed to be done. They've got 12,000 gold. Let's
still
see.
Close here.
Cassiopeia does have teleport. You want to have an earlier rather than a later teleport, and here is the teleport coming in, absolutely. Remember, this is all about fight lines. So many diving abilities. That's a double knock-up. Explosive looking to do something about it. Hollow gets a double CC as well. Uwufi's going to go in. The question is the damage there? Rel only used on one target. Hollow got to go golden right there, but the health bar is so low in the end. Blaha still alive, and there it is, going unstoppable. Dr. Explosive, Hollow living for a long time, but dies in the end. Great Snake, a massive damage dealer. They get the Kaisa. Kaisa's down. Turtle, though. Turtle falls next. That's a double kill for the Great Snake right there. Absolutely massive as a triple kill comes through for them. And Swatawadaway, this is looking like a cleanup. Galson's still alive, but you are going to have to perform a miracle to get out of this situation if you are Cassiopeia. Galson goes down in the end. Accompt the only one to make it out alive, and surely it looks like Baron is going to SNC.
Just so much sustain. Even when you kill somebody, it takes so long to get that kill off, and Soraka again lives in the fight between Soraka and Kane. Just so much health in the fight. And right now, they're at a point where it's not safe for Samira to go in, right? There's so much frontline damage there that she can't actually get into the fight easily.
Yeah,
I feel like right now, the game heavily leaning to the side of SNC. They've been winning each fight repeatedly, and unless TVA can find a way into that back line to kill that Soraka off, to get that Kaisa out of the fight fast, the prolonged fights go the way of SNC.
Absolutely, and SNC, they wanted to show you that they've earned this championship trophy. They wanted to take the hard route, and they went down in this game, and they have fought back. Fight after fight. We've had cheeky steals. We've had incredibly long team fights. This game has had it all, and it is not over yet. The question is, what do they do? Now it's 2K leaning towards SNC. How do they leverage this gold lead, or is it just going to come down to the team fights? Do you bide your time? Hollow, though, potentially, maybe it's the picks. Uwufi's thinking about going in. Hollow's going to go gold, and he actually does go in. There it is. They're going to try and get him under tower right there. Uwufi bouncing and blobbing up and down. Jawuwu's going to get targeted by the tower, but it just doesn't matter. The damage is there, and it is massive. Jawuwu walking up right there. Auto's coming off onto a comp. That's going to be ult forward. A comp taken down. Hollow still alive. Hold on. This is looking pretty dire for the base right now. The auto's coming through. Turtles next. One after another. This could be it. Galson gets knocked up by the Cyanol right there. It's following through. There it is. 4 kills for nothing right there. And the whole squad of SNC all together. The whole family coming together to get these Nexus turrets right here. Hollow has to do something incredible if they are going to keep the hopes alive. But that is it. They have done it. SNC is the Season 11 commercial champions in the low-budget LCS.
They do it in the game that looked the most doomed for them in the entire series. They fight their way back. Amazing team fighting. And just like that, SNC wins commercial in Season 11 of Low Budget LCS. Congratulations.
Wow. Oh my God.
Woo!
What a series. It really looked like for a moment there that we were going to hear the scrapes, but it just did not come together that way. Hot damn. And look at those damage charts. Truly wild. Oh my God. All right, well, we're definitely going to do a little bit of a team interview. Vega, give me your moments. Give me your MVP. Tell me a little bit how you're feeling about this when we get these guys.
I gotta say, across the entire series, I mean, I can't say his name. The ADC's name. You've said it better than me the entire time.
Jawuwu?
Jawuwu really, in every single one of these games, managed to find CS leads, managed to find high damage, and in this game was that stable part, right? The Kaisa was the stable part in this game early on when things looked bad, but also Great Snake. Absolutely amazing pathing throughout this entire series. Even the Lilia game that they dropped had some amazing ults in it, had some great tenacity throughout this series. So one of those two easily, but big shout out also to Bwaha in these games, opting into the Cassante in Game 3, weathering that awful laning phase, that's unfun against the cast, and making some huge plays in team fights late in the game. You could pick anyone on this SNC team and probably say that they're one of the reasons that they won this. You don't win a title without 5 great players, and all of them showed up today.
Absolutely. And speaking of them all showing up today, they are all here now joining us on the desk for their well-earned victory lap. SNC, congratulations on winning the championship. Just how are you guys feeling?
Great.
The first thing I did in community was a woo.
Was a woo?
Oh!
the shout of a champion. Of course, there's 7 of us in this call. I'm going to turn the music down. There's 7 of us in this call. We're going to talk over each other. We're going to ask you guys some questions, and feel free to respond as felt. The first one Vega and I will just bounce back and forth, but the first one I want to ask is, guys, this series went to 4 games, and game 4 was looking a little bit of a seesaw. How were comms? How was the mental in that game 4?
I vote explosive takes this one.
What? Okay, fine.
Yeah,
Fair enough. After game 3, we knew that things were a little rough, but we still knew that we could still win in game 4. And going throughout draft, we had a good game plan going forward. We had a couple of last-minute ideas come through, and comms throughout the game were pretty solid. A little bit down, 7-0 Severa with just playing absolutely very, very, very well. I mean, great job for that. Things were looking a little bleak, but we started to team fight. Team fighting went really well. Team comms were at an all-time high, calling out targets, and just really fighting our way through, because we knew that this is a game that we could still win and claw our way back from, and we really took it to the driver's seat and really tried to drive it home.
Beautifully done. I mean, I want to ask you specifically, Explosive. I know you just fielded a question, but I'm going to put you on the spot again. Scion, game 3, game 4. The laning phase, obviously on Scion, a little bit rough early on. What was the communication like going into that pick? Were you just saying, put me on a tank, I know I'm going to out-team fight? Or was it just you thought you could neutralize the split push top lane? Or what went into the Scion pick those last 2 games?
So that's actually Blahaj brought it up, because we picked the Scion and we weren't really too sure who was going to go with what. And we knew that Scion can neutralize Jax better than the awful time that would be Scion into Cassiopeia. And I said, you know what, screw it. I'm not going to die in laning phase, and we're just going to move on, and we can out-team fight them. My ults were pretty on point there, and I knew I really felt like I could redeem myself after what I could only describe as one of my worst performances in Game 3, with Hollow playing absolutely awesomely in Game 3. So huge shout out to Hollow. But it was something I felt comfortable on, a matchup I felt very comfortable on, and it worked out in the end, and I'm really thankful for that.
I'm gonna bounce off of that. Who is it? Bwaha, who is running drafts for you guys?
Yes.
Bwaha, you're the mastermind behind the plans we've been seeing. Are you also? Do you guys have a primary shot caller? Is it sort of a collective hive mind? How do you guys operate behind the scenes? And I want to ask Bwaha that, because you clearly make the drafts happen.
I'd say it's more of a collaborative effort, but we're all on the same page of what our draft or team comp wants to do, right? So when they're playing with Cassiopeia, we know if they have control of the objective early, we're gonna really struggle running into them. So as a team, we're all on the same page that hey, we want to show up to this dragon early and make good things happen. But it's not there's one of us saying that. We're all on the same page going forward from draft.
And did you research very specifically TVA for this match? Were you guys running sort of general drafting principles, or was this tailored for your opponent?
Nah, we just draft scaling and try not to in early every game.
Well, if I can point out something that was very, very funny in game 1, which is scouting to its finest from Mr. Explosive over here, we knew what was gonna happen. Because Explosive was able to see what was gonna happen for the level 1 engage.
For the,
Awesome.
I'm sorry, for the level 1 invade, like, you guys predicted that was going to be a level 1 fight?
I think Explosive can...
Yeah. So, going right before the series, I was, checking out op.gg's, and I saw that a live game was happening with Hollow in it. And I hopped in and was just like, I'm going to spectate, see what's going on. And it was a 1v1, I thought. I was like, oh, this is going to be fun to watch. And they were practicing a level 1 invade with the Recon flash. From not being able to see vision into Pixel Bush and flashing forward onto whoever was standing in the open. And I told the team that beforehand, that we need to stand in this specific spot so they can't see us until the engage happens. And we will win that engage afterwards, and it went exactly according to plan.
Hot off the press. My God.
I got one more question. It's for Great Snake.
Oh, yes, hello.
Your pathing through this series was a masterclass in finding angles for ganks, finding the enemy jungler, seeking things out. In game 1, had you watched like VODs of kind of how he pathed on Hecarim or anything like that to like set up those invades? Because it felt like constantly you were finding angles into the jungle to nullify the Hecarim, to not let him into the game, to not give them any angles for ganks. What goes into that?
To be honest with you, I'm like 90% sure I saw him appear on the map and walk into his blue side. So then I walked into his blue side, took his Gromp, and then used Gromp timer to just like keep in mind when he would be in his blue side again. And it
Beautiful.
worked.
Hey, sometimes something so simple as that is, what changes a game. I mean, that was a really good job throughout this series. Game 4, you go to the Kayn, which is a little bit different than some other stuff you've played throughout the series. You had a little bit more of like engage tools and stuff like that throughout. And Kayn, normally takes a little bit to ramp up. Is Kayn like a pocket pick for you? Is that something you're really confident on, or was it something you just picked for the comp?
Kayn was something that I used to play a long time ago. So I'm like pseudo confident on him. I definitely feel more confident on Lilia, but I guess like tonight wasn't the night for it. But he is pretty consistent with what you want to do. Like you just kind of farm on him, and you like always have something for the team, right? Especially if you go Red Kayn. Red Kayn is just like really good into really comps that want to like brawl, right?
Yeah, it seemed to work exceptionally well, especially the sustain you guys had in the last game. I'll ask one more question, and then I'm going to give it to LeChance. For your bot lane, can you guys pronounce your names for both of us so we make sure that we are saying them correctly?
Please.
I guess you'd pronounce mine as Zayamuwu.
Okay, we weren't far off. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and mine would be Xendwood Wada.
Great. Well, pay no mind to the VOD. We definitely nailed both of those. You should probably just watch it silently.
We did a beautiful job with it, yeah.
I believe it.
Yeah, of course. Well, guys, congratulations again. You guys are the commercial champions of the low budget LCS for season 11. You will be rewarded with your role, which you will maintain until the heat death of the universe or the destruction of Discord as a company, and therefore a product. But before we let you guys go, I want to start with top lane, going all the way down to support. If you just have one short thing you'd like to say before you head out, anything about the season, anything about anything at all, the mic is your guys. Let's start with you, Explosive.
Oh, thanks. A huge shout out to our other SNC Pandas. Both teams taking down the championships. Really awesome. Wild for letting me bully him in top lane and making us both better in the long run. Of course, can't forget to thank our Lord and Savior Keck Force for predicting against us always. Really helped push us through. And really thank you to my teammates for trusting, especially after the unfortunate series that was last finals. Really helping bring back the mental and securing ourselves as champions this time around.
Great Snake, Mike is yours.
Shit. This was my first series kind of ever, and it was a lot of fun. I think it's a better way to play the game, and I do appreciate being able to be a part of like the team I'm in order to play these 5v5 scrim games, right? I'm gonna do a little bit of self-flame here. Never forgetty the 1 in 14 the Fury game.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Shout out
Never,
to
never,
14 the Fury game that made me become the mid laner.
never forget it. I mean, to be fair, I'm more familiar with jungle than I am mid, but
So am I.
we clash heads.
Love it. Bwaha, you're up.
I just want to thank everyone in SNC. I know we had a lot of people, cheering us on, like in the SNC server and in Twitch chat the whole time, and like, I wouldn't give up the community of SNC for the world. It's a really great, positive community.
Hell yeah, Zhao Muwu, which is how I was saying it.
Oh, that's a good pronunciation.
Thank
I
you.
like that. I'd like to thank my teammates as well as the entirety of the LCS crew. I only joined the team roughly last minute so that they didn't have to go through a stressful expedition to go find a new bot laner. And it turned out to be much more fun than I could have anticipated. So I'm really thankful for the great experience that you guys all allowed.
Love to hear it. And last but not least, Zwada Wada Wada Wada.
Amazing. Yeah, same here. I would like to thank my teammates for being amazing, believing in me as well, even though my ranking is way lower than them, and still believing in me and wanting to play with me. And the LBSCS crew making a wonderful job and making it all possible. And also the Snack Bears community, my beautiful girlfriend and my Frenchies, my French friends as well. Vive le Québec. Watching almost every game that I've played. Thank you very much for all the support.
That's awesome. Congratulations, guys. Enjoy the rest of your night. You'll be getting those Discord roles very soon.
Thanks,
Thank
Dad!
Much love to everybody in this.
I'm so
damn
proud of you,
server.
son. All right.
Kicked out now.
Yeah, now we kick you out. Usually we do it.
Now the music plays you off stage.
Yeah, exactly. You'll notice the large bouncer is approaching you guys.
Doom approaches into the void.
All right, I've put them all on the AFK channel as a bit. Anyways, hot damn, what a series. And not just a series, what a season. That was the last game. Oh shit. This is the next thing that came up. This music. All right, sorry guys. We're ending season 11 on an ominous note.
Who knows what's gonna happen?
What's next? What will season 12 be like? What deep, dark mysteries are right around the corner? For any of us, there's only one way to find out, and that's to keep moving forward through time, one step at a time. And as always, we'll be right there alongside you, hand in hand, protecting you from the darkness and the night, for that is the true goal of the low-budget LCS, to eliminate the nightmares from the world. You might think this is about League of Legends, but who are the real legends? It's you. So when you look to the skyline, and you see silhouettes running across the tops of the buildings, know that it is us, the low-budget LCS, caped crusaders, swinging through cities, putting our lives on the line to protect yours. Because there is nothing more important in this world than a League of Legends. Anyways, Vega, what a great series. That was so much fun. Thank you so much for thanks for letting me monologue for a second there.
That up. It was peak. I mean, honestly, Fade to Black. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, honestly, Fade to Black. I mean,
Oh, yeah. We can totally fade to black. I just wanted to say thanks so much to you. It's been another wonderful season. And is there anything that you want to say before we head out?
Yeah, just thanks to everyone. It's been an amazing season. It's been my first season. I was kind of getting used to things, getting used to knowing people. This season really felt like a much bigger part of the community. Everyone's, been amazing. All the teams this season. It's been so fun casting, playing, coaching against, all of that. I love absolutely every one of you. I'm so excited for season 12, all-stars, all kinds of wonderful things coming up. But pay attention to the Discord and LeChance. Thank you for another season of being an amazing co-caster and continuing to grow as a casting duo with me.
Beautiful, absolutely. And I too look forward to the future. Folks, that is a wrap on season 11. We're going to raid this other league that's up right now because why the hell not? They're doing cool stuff too. Aegis Esports GG. Anyways, say hi for us. And we will see you guys soon with more information about the next season of Low Budget LCS.